All right. All right, guys. So again, welcome to boot camp. I want to go first of all to a calendar guide that we give you. And you will see that a lot of what we share with you, we share in the chat feed. So be aware of the chat feed down at the bottom. And if you just tap on the chat right now, there it is. And Lainey will drop into the chat feed the link to this document. So you'll also find it in Slack. Here it comes right now. This is your document. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. All right, perfect. There it is. So you might want to open that document on your cell phones, open it on your laptop, store it, bookmark it. And what I encourage you to do is every major document that I give you, store on one of your home screens on your cell phone. Does everybody know how to do that? Yes or no? You got to interact with me or else I'm going to be exhausted by the end of the day. Do
No,
you know?
I don't. I don't.
Yes, I do.
Don't. Linda, watch this. I know you're experienced because I get confused with all the technology, Linda. And so I store it all, right? You've got your favorite apps, right? When you go to your phone, obviously you've got your favorite apps, right? What you want to do, Linda, is you want to store these tools on one screen. So I'm going to try and do this. Like right here, I have a screen with everything to do with certain aspects of the business. So my CRM is on that screen, my Zoom is on that screen, my Lofty is on that screen, my EXP Workplace is on that screen. Look at the top up here. It says TWT Bootcamp right here. So all the documents you're going to get are actually stored on my cell phone. So I'm going to do this several times today. Would you like me to show you all how to do this by sharing my screen? Would that be helpful to you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So here we go. So I'm going to quickly log on to Zoom myself. I'm going to join, not start. Meeting ID. I'm in. Here I come. Don't connect to audio. Join. All right. Stay co-host. And you just saw me pop up. I'm going to go into share. It's probably the most important thing I'm going to teach you today because you're just going to get freaking lost otherwise. I don't want you to be lost. So trust me, this is not a trick. You need to know how to do this. So grab your cell phones. You can now see my screen, start broadcast, and you kids should be able to see it in the room here in just a second. Yep, you see that right here? So now you can watch. So go into your cell phones. And Lainey just shared with you in the feed in chat. And it's also in Slack. Why can't I see it in chat, Lainey? Okay, post it again in chat. All right, so watch this now. Do you all see it in your chat? Yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I need you all with me here. Okay. So go into Zoom on your cell phone. Go, all right, Steve, I see you, mate. Go into chat. Press this link. Watch me. Press the link. Copy it. Now you're going to open a browser in Chrome. You can do it in Chrome or Safari. So I'm going to do it in Chrome. There's my Chrome browser. Tap on my Chrome browser. In the top, I am going to press down and paste and then hit go. And there is the document. Why does it say copy document? Why? Okay, make a copy. There's the document. Do you all see that? It's very important you learn how to do this.
Yes.
Now, top right, you've got the share icon. Tap on the share icon. And scroll down, and it says add to home screen. Look, right there. Do you see it? Right there. Add to home screen. Trust me, if you think you're going to do this without doing this, you'll probably be gone in a week because it will drive you crazy. Add to home screen. Tap that. Now you get a chance to put in the name, Agent Daily Checklist. You got it? Add. Now watch my screen, kids. Watch. Add. And now that Agent Daily Checklist is going to appear here on one of my home screens. I'm not sure which one, but it's going to appear.
It was on the first one,
Thank you, my brother.
right there down at the bottom.
There it is. Copy of Agent Daily Checklist. Now press on that and let's swipe it back to my business page for the team right there. And now I've got it. Now, whenever I go to my cell phone, all I got to do is tap on that icon. And, oh, why we got request access? It should be. Okay. Okay. Can't we just make access to everybody? Shouldn't the link just have access to everybody? Okay, so I'm going to request access right now. Everybody do this and make sure you got access. You're now going to have to give approval. There must be an easier way to do that, Lainey. Right. Got it? Now I tap open. Still getting request access. Yeah.
If it opened up on our laptop, are we okay? Because I'm totally not on my phone.
I'm gonna bring you back because if you don't get to your phone, you're not gonna make it on the team. You've absolutely got to learn how to do this on your phone because you're gonna be out driving around and you don't have time to go to your laptop. Hey, Lainey, I really, can you just reorientate this where I don't have to go through all this? I just want to link to a universal Google Sheet. So you need to set it up where it's got universal access to anybody who's got the link. Huh? Okay, so just tell me what to do right now.
It's going to take a minute to type that link in here on my phone.
Yeah, I'll show you again in just a minute. 1 minute. Lainey, I just need a universal Google Doc. Please do what I'm asking. Just create a universal Google Doc like we do with everything else that everybody can just see the link and go to it. I need to do this. Okay. I need to lead here. I need a Google Doc with a universal access link and I need you to post it in the feed. All right. So I'm going to double back here and I'm going to show you this again. We're going to show it to you multiple times throughout the day. So go back to your, and please do this on your phone. There's a reason I'm saying doing it on your phone, because if you're going to make it in this team, you're going to be running leads all the time. When you're running leads, you got to be able to do everything on your phone. The old school way of having to go back to your computer just doesn't work unless you have a tablet that you carry with you everywhere. Because everything I'm going to teach you is going to be about this. So here we go. Christian, so Raquel just did one. Watch. Here we go again. I need you to post a universal link. Yep. Okay. So watch this. Here's a link in the feed. Go to the link in the feed. Tap on that link and hold it down and copy the link.
Okay, I could do that, but I'm on my laptop watching the boot camp. I'm not on my phone.
Do you have a phone though, right?
Yeah, I have my phone, but I'm gonna have to manually type in this link.
All right. Are you on Slack yet, Phyllis?
Yeah, I do have Slack.
So go into your Slack feed.
Okay.
And in your Slack feed, you've got this address right here.
Okay, let me try and get
All right.
to
And I'm going to have to go a little bit fast. I'm going to do it 4 or 5 times, but I've got lots to show you guys today. So we're going to press down on this right here. I'm going to copy that link. I'm now going to go to my Chrome browser. And in my Chrome browser, I'm going to go to the top. And I'm going to paste the link. Now I'm going to go to that link. And there's my Google Calendar. Now you want to save it to your home screen. So you go to the share icon on the top right-hand corner, tap on it, scroll down, and it says add to home screen. Agent daily checklist. There it is. Add it.
I don't see where it says add to home screen.
Okay, so you're going to get a recording of this, and at the end of this, you'll be able to watch it, my dear, several times.
Crazy.
Right? And you're now going to tap on your agent daily checklist, and there's your agent daily checklist. So I'll show you this with each document today. So by the end of the day, you guys will be familiar how to do this, okay? So right now I'm going to unshare here, and I'm going to teach you about this schedule piece. So I'm going to go to stop share on my cell phone and bring the document up, please, Lainey. Okay, so here we go. People say to me, Andrew, what should I do every day? What I did is I divided this into categories. What I call deal-making activity and nurture and digital farm activity. How many of you have heard of the term farming? Anybody? All of you, I hope, right?
Yes.
Okay. So conventional farming is pretty much out of date now. You will still get trained it by Century 21. You'll still get trained it by EXP. Actually, it's pretty much out of date. It used to be that before COVID, you could run around, knock on people's doors and meet people. And I'm not saying you can't knock on doors, but the number of agents who actually build a farm by knocking on doors in the United States of America is probably less than 10,000 out of 1.5 million. It's something from the olden days. What you need to gear your mind around, John, is that you're building a digital farm. In the next 2 years with us, you're going to build a digital farm. That digital farm is what Zillow did. They said, let's stop knocking on doors. Let's provide a search website. Let's get people looking at our website all around the country. Then let's follow up with them by sending them other property, and they built themselves a digital farm. And now because Zillow did it and we're like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I don't use my phone. Oh, I don't use my laptop. Zillow went, great. Then just, give me 40%. And that's exactly what's happened, is that Zillow has learned how to create a digital farm. You need to learn how to create a digital farm. We're going to provide for you 2,400 people a year. You need to learn how to build those into a digital farm. If you do that, 2 years from now, you will never lack money again. So I hope that's motivation enough for you to put on a new hat. And if you need to go to, I'm not being cynical here, if you need to go to a local tech college, a local community college, and handle, iPhone technology 101 and take a course for a few weeks, then do it, because I'm telling you, these portals are completely taking over our business. And we have a chance to fight back, and I'm going to show you how. So what you want to do is every day have people that you can sell property to, right? I literally want you to be coming out of the parking lot in here, and on the way in here, you're texting people, you're sending hyperlinks. Okay, I need to cut that. You're texting people, you're hyperlinking people on the way into a training. While you're in one of my trainings, you're going to get things pop up. Please don't unmute yourselves unless you're talking to me. You're going to be in here and you're going to have people popping up on your screen who are looking at property because they're in your digital farm. How many of you would like to have 5 to 7 people a day looking at property that are attached to your unique ID? That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. Right? I cannot teach you how to use your iPhone, but I'm going to teach you the basics here, and you're literally going to be able to start today. So your deal-making activity, first part of your deal-making activity, make sure that you're managing yourself with your Google Calendar. You're going to spend about an hour and a half a week on this. That means that every day, several times a day, you're looking in your Google Calendar and that you have appointments set up in your Google Calendar. Zillow appointments set up, personal appointments set up. You got a time set up for an open house. You got a time set up for maybe some door knocking around an open house, but you've got time set up in your calendar. You need to look at your calendar. Right now, you need to look in your calendar and have different colors, love. Colors for Zillow appointments, colors for training, colors for nurture calls. So if you're making 50 calls a week, you need a couple of hours, really a couple of hours a day that you're doing nurture. Pick the time. Morning on Monday, afternoon on Tuesday, morning on Wednesday, afternoon on Thursday. Pick the time, put it in your Google Calendar. Manage yourself with your Google Calendar. If you don't put it down in time blocks within your calendar, you probably won't do it. And I can't help you. I can only help people who will help themselves. And if you'll help yourself, I'll put money in your pocket. Second thing, that's deal-making activity. Every day you need to be picking up new leads and spearheads for us. It says it right here on the screen. And if you did what I said and saved this on your home screen, you can tap on this. Go, what was that Andy said? And it's right here on your daily activity. Every day, pick up new leads and spearheads. Spearheads are where we have clients who are looking at property and they have been neglected by their agent. And you will find in our Slack in the Spearhead channel that pretty much every day there's multiple clients being dropped in there. Hey, they looked at 7 properties and saved 2. Nobody called them. Hey, they looked at 5 properties and saved 2. Nobody called them. Every single day of your life, that's in the feed, right? So I'm going to show you that really fast. I'm going to have to seesaw backwards and forwards here, Lainey, I think, to show people. I am sharing now, or I'm not? Yeah. Okay, so let me go back in here. We go to here, close. Watch this, guys. So I'm going to share screen with you again. Start broadcast. And every day, if you go into our Slack feed, you see how I've got it at the bottom on my toolbar right there? Do you see that? So tap on Slack. You go into Slack. You look at the different threads. And one of the threads says Spearhead right there. Look at this. Buyer looking in Riverside County. Buyer looking in Banning. Buyer looking in Lakewood. Buyer looking in Whittier. Buyer looking in Wilmington, right? We used to do 50 of these a day, but agents were just ignoring it. Now we're going to come back, and all through 2025, you're going to see these all day long. And you can literally tap on this, look at the client, look at what they're looking at. You'll see their number in the feed, and you're able to reach, there it is right there, reach out and call them. When you do call them, you're going to say in the feed, like one reply right here. See, Anthony says, I will call. All right. But that was like several days ago. You can call now. Once you get an appointment with one of these people, that's why you're calling them. Hey, it's Angelica. It's Angelica calling you from Zillow Premier Customer Service. How's your home hunt going? We're updating our database. I'm going to give you this script. You make
Andy,
that.
can I jump in?
One second. You make that call. You set an appointment. When you set an appointment, we will transfer that lead into your name. Now, the 50 leads a week, you're going to get in your name every week. These spearheads can add to the 50 leads. The opportunity you have is absolutely enormous. Yes. Who wanted to chip in, please?
It's Blake.
Hey, Blake.
Hey, I was just wanted to jump in on what you were saying when how Anthony commented in there and said, I will call. I mean, even if it says I will call and it's been 20 minutes, until someone writes a note in there that says set an appointment, feel free to call everyone,
So that's one of our top producers on the whole team, Blake, and he took time to come on today. So everybody say thank you to Blake, okay? Very fine young man. Same thing on Facebook leads. Look at this channel right here, Facebook leads. Every single day, today, yesterday, all these came in yesterday. Nobody called any of them. The day before, leads to call.
And Andrew, from our
Yep.
day yesterday, from those leads you gave me through Spearhead, I have an appointment set in Temecula for Sunday.
All right. So there you go. Here's a guy making a ton of money. And yet he came in here yesterday. He sat with me. I gave him 8 spearheads. He called all 8. He has an appointment this weekend. You never have to be lacking appointments here, right? So you're going to feel like a little buried in the technology, but what it gets down to is this. You are sitting on an app that shows you every day people in Facebook, every day people in Spearhead. Every day you can pick up spearheads from our team. Every single day. Every week you're going to get 50 leads. All you have to do is time block in your Google Calendar to call those people. And please, if you think you're going to call them once, it's not going to happen. Sometimes you have to call these people 5 times, 7 times. Call them at 8 in the morning, 8 in the evening, midday, because you don't know their work schedule, do you? Maybe it's a pastor, you called him when he's preaching. Maybe it's a doctor, you called him when he's in surgery. Maybe it's a teacher, you called her while she was teaching the kids. Maybe it's a construction guy. He's not going to answer your call when he's out there moving an earth mover. So you have to try people at all different times of the day, and we will give you the script. So all of this is sitting right there on your cell phone. It's right here, staring you in the face, opportunities screaming at you. And Linda, with your type of experience, I'm telling you, you can convert these people. The key is think numbers, love. You might call 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 3, nothing, 4, nothing, 5, nothing, 6, nothing, 7. Yes, they want you to call back in a month. 8, nothing, 9, nothing, 10. Yes, I'm looking at property, and you book a point for this weekend. It's a numbers game. So block that time. We provide you the leads. Use your cell phone. Okay.
Okay,
So
great. And where do we find the Facebook leads?
they're in the channel here. Are they all included now in the channel, Lainey? Okay. So Linda, if you're not there, we're going to add you right now to the Facebook lead group. Okay.
Okay, great.
Do you see right here, love? Also, there's a 50 leads a week channel. Can you see it on my screen right there? 50 leads a
Yes.
week right
Yes.
there. Same thing. And people ask questions about it. This is where you communicate with Lainey, and Lainey helps you get your 50 leads every week. All you have to do is attend the digital footprint class on Thursday, and it's all on Zoom. So you're in the Facebook leads, Linda. It's right there, hon. We just checked on our back end, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Oh, of course. There's even a support desk. If you have problems with your iConnect app, look at support desk right here. All day long, people ask about, little tech issues with iConnect, and they help each other. Do you see? It's all right here. All day long, every day. Okay? So I'm going to unshare my screen. Again, we're going to do this all day long here. And I'm going to go back into the calendar. Lainey's going to bring the calendar back up on the screen. Your deal-making activity. Manage your calendar. Pick up new leads and spearheads. Schedule new client appointments. Your goal is to schedule 2 appointments a week with new clients. 2 appointments a week. Shift your mindset. Okay? This team is for workers, right? It's for workers. You want to change your financial future. It's workers. We don't have a Social Security program on this team. So you schedule new client appointments. Your goal is 2 a week. You're like, Andrew, I don't have enough. Yes, you do. I just told you how. We're going to put 50 leads a week into your database. You're going to have an opportunity to pick up 2 to 5 new leads a week if you respond on your iConnect app. You've got spearheads that you can call every day. All you got to do is call in to Kathy or Jenny on our sales team and say, I need some spearheads, and they'll send you spearheads. And you might say, Andy, the problem is they're not in my area. You're thinking wrong. Spend the next 2 years building up, like Zillow, a big fat book of business. And if it's not in your area, you're going to go, where are you, Brother? Where are you? Where are you? All right. So you get one in Murrieta. You don't want to drive to Murrieta. Guess what? Look at this pretty young lady right here. And she'll give you a little bit of money when she sells it. Right? Why would you not want to do that? Even if you made $500 doing it, you did it 10 times a month, that's $60,000 a year. Why would you not want this space? You know why? Because we weren't taught to think this way as real estate agents. I work on the 5 blocks next to the park where the swings are. My favorite Italian restaurant is. That's all very cool. The local knowledge is cool, but your chance of beating Zillow and Homes.com at that speed is extremely slim. So we dump a whole ton of connections into your account and then teach you how to work them. If you can't drive there, you pass it to somebody else. They'll pass back to you. Are you with me? Okay. Think much bigger. Okay. So manage yourself with your calendar, pick up new leads and spearheads, schedule new client appointments, show homes. You should be showing homes 4 times a week. Within 30 days of being here, if you're not showing homes 4 times a week, you're not working our system. Blake just came in yesterday, sat with me 30 minutes, got 8 leads, turned around, called them all, has an appointment this weekend. He set 2 other appointments with new clients coming in. You can literally show people homes 4 times a week. Now, if you notice, I said 2 of them need to be new. 2 of them are what we call BAM FAM. Write this down. This is integral to our system. BAM FAM means book a meeting from a meeting. BAM FAM is central to our system. So when you show homes with us, you're going to show 3 homes every time. By the time you hit the second home, you have booked the second meeting. Angelica, I didn't really like that first home very much. Did you? No, it was kind of smelly, wasn't it? Yeah. Trust me, I'm going to find you something a lot better than that. This second home looks way, way better. But I'll tell you what, Angelica, on the way over here, I saw a couple more properties that are just coming on the market. And I want to get you in there first, not last. So I've made you number 1 priority. And I'm going to pencil you in on Friday or Saturday to show you those new homes that came up. And I'll send you the links to them. What's better for you, Friday or Saturday? Well, we prefer the weekends, morning or afternoon. Morning. Saturday at 10 or Saturday at 9? Saturday at 10. Great. I am penciling you in now for Saturday at 10. I'll send you the links at the end of our meeting. I'll be at one of those houses on Saturday at 10. Let's go to house number 3. I just bam-fammed you. Do not make the mistake that all agents make, that we were taught 30 years ago by the sales trainers who've made money off you. That it's okay to say, I'll set you up on a drip, and when you see a home that you like, let me know. They'll never call you again. Complete waste of time. Set them up on the drip, but the chance of conversion is extremely low. It's down to you booking that second meeting. Do not say goodbye to somebody without booking that second meeting. That's where you'll get your conversion. Zillow expects you to convert between 5 and 10% of these leads. All the time you're converting between 5 and 10%, you can get leads from us. The minute you stop, you don't get leads from us. Now, here's the beautiful thing. The 50 that we put a week in your database does not count to your lead conversion count until you convert them. Do you understand that? So you take 2 leads, 5 weeks in a row, that's 10. They want one of those in escrow. You take 50 leads, 4 weeks in a row, they're already assigned to somebody else who didn't follow up. It doesn't count a negative count to you. We only put it into your stats when you make an appointment and you're starting to work that client. Now it adds to your stats. So if your stats fall behind, you take more nurture leads, all of whom are active with Zillow right now, and you try and convert those and make appointments with them. Your goal should be that you are showing property 4 times a week to 4 different clients. That's your goal. Are you up for that? How many of you are up for that level of work? Yes? Good. All right. Then the 5th part of deal-making activity is write offers. We expect you to write offers 15 to 20% of the time that you show homes. If you show 10 people property, you absolutely must have written offers for 2 of them. So this is another thing. We teach you how to show up with our offer template on your tablet, and you sit in the home and write the offer in the home. So if you have a struggle with that, you call Kathy, our sales manager, and say, I need to be in your offer writing class. And she'll put you in the offer writing class. Okay? But I'm telling you guys, when I show up, you show up to a buyer, you say, look, I'm here to get you into a home, and I came prepared to write offers today. I want you to know I've got my tablet with me. The market is very competitive, and I'm here to make you a winner. So I'm here prepared today. You tell me what you want to offer, and I will write it up. Yes, but Andrew, they don't have their pre-qual letter. I don't care. Write it up. Yeah, but Andrew, I don't have proof of funds. I don't care. Write it up. Because once you start writing up offers for a client, you start to build loyalty with them. They'll start to think of you as their agent. And then if I wrote an offer for, Charles, and Angelica was the listing agent, I would say, Angelica, I just wrote an offer for Charles. I don't have all the financials yet. But he told me to submit this offer because he loves this house, and we're scrambling to get all the paperwork together. I just want you to know it's in your email. You are now legally obliged to tell your seller that you have an offer. Did you know that? So I will set up that offer for you. This is how I built my business from ground zero. I just wrote offers for people. I let them know I was not there. I didn't say I'm not there to show you homes, but my attitude is when I get in my car to go meet somebody, I'm going there to write an offer. Your attitude is you're going to show a home. That's the difference between a millionaire and a non-millionaire. My attitude was, I'm going to show you a home. I'm going to write an offer. Yes, I'm showing a home, but when I leave my house, I'm going to write an offer. Open houses. All the time that we were doing open houses, in 1 year, we did 1,064 open houses on our team pre-COVID. 1,064 in 1 year with 25 agents. Do the math. And my attitude was, I did them every Saturday, every Sunday without fail. My attitude was, I'm going to do an open house to write offers. My objective was that people would come into that open house, and if they were looking at property, we had it set up where I would leave my open house. One of our mortgage reps would go and sit in the open house so the seller wasn't ticked off, and I'd go and show that person property. My objective was to find buyers, show them property, write offers. So when you receive these calls from us, your objective is to write an offer. Not to screen and pre-screen. Yes, you're going to have some of them not show up. It happens. You use what we teach you here, you're going to have most of them show up. You do it the old school way that you've been taught, you're going to have people ghost you because it's a digital client. You have to create a digital footprint. All right, your calendar. Manage your calendar. Block yourself time. Pick up new leads and spearheads, minimum of an hour a week. Schedule new client appointments. Show homes and bam, fam, and write offers. Every single day, torment yourself with the question, who can I sell a home to today? How many of you have got somebody you can sell a home to in this room today? None. How would you like to change that? 50 leads a week, spearheads, and new leads coming in. You can literally change it. Tomorrow, what day is it today? Thursday. Oh, I do digital footprint on Thursday. So we're going to amalgamate that in. So I might give you a little glimpse of digital footprint. You're going to go through the class today. Tomorrow you can go on to 50 leads a week and say, I need my 50 leads a week, and we'll tell you what to do with them. Does everybody understand? Okay. Now, that's your deal-making activity. What's your nurture activity? Now, in our team, we do something called Bob, which is your book of business. I'm going to teach you how to do your book of business. When I started my sales career, that book was a little black and white book. Now we've put that book in a Google Doc, and you're going to save that to your home screen. Every client you have, just like, and I forget the gentleman's name in the back. George? No. Christian. Just like Christian's writing in that book, I love that book. I would always have one page, and on that page, I would have a list of names. On the left-hand side, it said BP, SP, BP, SP, BP, SP. What did that mean? Buy a prospect, sell a prospect, buy a prospect, 23 names always. I would not rest. I would not go home until I had all those lines filled on that page. Now he's filling out the lines there. You're actually going to drop them into your not your Google Calendar, into your Bob, your book of business. And every Tuesday and every Friday with Kathy, you do what we call reveal. And I'm going to teach you about it, which shows you how to build a horizontally moving book of business. You need 6 people in every column, 6 90-day clients, 6 30-day clients, 6 60-day clients. If you have 6, 6, and 6, you'll sell 20 homes a year. It's that simple. So you're going to be spending time on your book of business, at least an hour and a half a week. You're going to attend team training. You will learn so much more if you're here and you go, Andy, it's an hour drive. Kids, I used to drive 2.5 hours a day from the south to the north of England to show up to sell in the cell phone industry. You know why? Because I knew if I showed up, I would make money. So again, shift your mindset. If you're a long way away, at least twice a month, you need to be in here on Wednesdays, and you're going to learn. And when we're done in here on Wednesdays, we go next door, the spearheads, you meet the ISAs, they get to know you, they trust you, they see that you're a worker, you start to get leads. Everybody understand? Now, your nurturing activity. You're going to schedule your client BAM-FAMs. You're going to nurture your existing leads, right? That nurture process, block it off in your Google Calendar. And you see that I set this up here where this isn't a list. You can actually print this out for yourself. And at the top, put what the month is, what the week is, what the year is, right? And down here, you can say whether you completed or not, yes or no. And at the end of each week, you have a look. Don't come to me after a month and say it didn't work for me. And you never printed the sheet. You never checked your own work. You never gave a count. It's like showing up to like showing up to an Amazon warehouse and saying, give me my $35 an hour for 40 hours. Or give me your time card. What's your time card look like? This is your time card. We set up property alerts for every single client that we have. You will be setting up a property alert for every single client you have, and I'll talk to you about that later on today. You're going to send one-off property links to clients. I'll tell you about that later on today. You're going to sign up for our 50 lead program. I'll tell you about that later on today. What you're building is a digital farm. And from now on, I'm asking you, every single client you ever show, you do a 30-second thing, an Instagram reel, and you just jump on and go, hey, it's Angelica. I joined the Warburton team and I'm showing another client and I love helping people find homes. That's all you have to do. Now, it's better if you say, here's a great local restaurant. It's better if you say, here's a great local park. It's better if you drive by a school and say, here's a great school. I'm showing homes. It's on the corner of 5th and Main. It's a 30-second thing that you do. You go, well, I don't want to do that. Okay, then you're going to give Zillow money for the rest of your life. You're going to give Realtor.com the money the rest of your life because that's what they do. You should sign up as a customer for Zillow and see how many times they contact you a week. They're constantly in new property, new reduction, new price change, new listing, new details on Norwalk. You get 5, 6, 10 things a week. So the people, where do they go when they want to find a home? Back to Zillow, because Zillow's talking to them. We as agents have been taught by Century 21 and the like that you just do this every once in a while and an hour a week and so on. And Zillow completely kicks our butt. So I want you to be powerhouses. Understand you're building a digital farm. You're going to learn how to be digital farmers, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. So I could teach for hours just on this. That is your calendar. Let's go now open to the bootcamp page. You're like, oh, Andrew, this is work. Yep. You really think Zillow got to be a $12 billion company without working? That's why these companies are worth so much money, because their work ethic is so superior to ours. So let's get the superior work ethic. I want to empower agents to be successful, but I'm not going to empower you by lying. I'm going to empower you by teaching here. This next year, we've got a whole ton of training coming up here. Social media training, email training, digital farming training, lead conversion training, over and over again. We want you to be powerhouses. Right now, these portals are kicking the real estate industry's butt. They have 90 out of 100 people who look at property. 10 of them go to the major brokerages. 90 of them go to Zillow and Realtor.com. 9/10 of the market they dominate. In 1972, listen to this statistic. In 1972, 75% of all realtor transactions that closed came from personal business or personal networks. In 2003, that number dropped to 32%. And still people say, it's all about your local farm. It is about your local farm, but it's about a digital farm, because that's where Zillow's winning. So I will encourage you. I'm not comfortable on Instagram. Okay, then you're going to pay Zillow forever. I'm not comfortable doing email campaigns. Then you're going to pay Zillow forever. I'm not comfortable setting up property lots. Then you're going to pay Zillow forever, because they are comfortable. They're more than comfortable. And there's technology coming with Zillow, technology probably quite similar to ICONNCT. The problem is that with ICONNCT, you got $49 and we're help you build this digital farm. With Zillow, it's going to be $400, $500, $600. How many of you tried to buy leads from Zillow and found out it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month for 3 leads? It's extraordinarily expensive. We want to empower agents. Okay, so bootcamp, page 2. Oh, by the way, here, look at this. So here's bootcamp. Why don't you, this entire bootcamp is right here. Go right now, take your phone, get that QR code, take a picture of the QR code. Let's do it. Go in here. Here's your QR code. Okay, sorry. Where are we? Okay, good. Sorry. Go to the slideshow one. And there I have boot camp on my cell phone. Did you see that? So you all need to do that right now. You're going to store this on your cell phone. So I'm going to show you again how to do this, okay? I'm going to go back to my screen. Give me a second, guys. All right. Sorry. I lost my Zoom tab. Did I log myself out, Laney? So sorry, I'm just looking for my Zoom tab. Can you help me out how I find my Zoom tab on here? Now I'm lost. Go ahead. There you go. All right. So you go into your Zoom tab. Down at the bottom, I'm going to go to share. Now you see my screen. Start broadcast. Now watch, everybody. Okay. So you see my screen. What I did is I photographed the QR code. And when I photographed the QR code, up came the boot camp. So do that right now. Go to that slideshow, photograph the slideshow QR code, and it's up on your cell phone. Does everybody see my cell phone? Right there. Okay. Now, you want to do the same thing again. When it says share, you're going to go to copy. That will copy the link, right, Lainey? Copy. Let me just check this. Let's go back to your Chrome. We're going to go up to the browser. We're going to paste. There it is. There's the Canva design. Go. And there it is. So now I know it's on my screen and I've got the URL at the top of the page. Go to the top right-hand corner where it's share. Tap on share. Scroll down. Add to home screen. Tap on add to home screen. Bootcamp 924. Right? So there's your bootcamp. Add it. And there is the icon. Look at it right here. Look, right there. So now I'm going to press down. I'm going to swipe right. Now, everything I teach you today is right there. There is nothing you're going to hear today. Not one number, not one link that is not right there. So if you're out and about, you're going to meet a client, you don't remember something that I said, you just simply go to your home screen, you tap on Bootcamp, it opens Bootcamp, you accept all cookies, and you can start scrolling through. All the telephone numbers are there, the people are there, the training links are there, the scripts are there, the objections are there. Everything you need to work our team is right there, and now you've saved it onto your home screen. Is everybody with me? Yes? So I'm going to stop share. I'm going to go back to the Bootcamp screen. Go back there, please, Lainey. All right. So, yeah, reduce it down a little bit, please. Okay. So on our calendar, you've got Reveal and Bob every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock. There's a group A and group B. You will hear from our admin team which group that you're in. And that's where you'll hear about 60 or so of your colleagues giving account for their book of business. Just attend it. Don't freak out about it. Just attend it. Nobody's going to attack you. You're just expected to learn it. If it takes you a month, it takes you a month. We had one person here, Howard, who came on board. He's been gone on vacation, but he's coming back in at the end of November. He came in here, he did this class. The next day, he sat in that room and did not leave 5 days a week for a month. In 3 months and 2 days, he'd put in escrow 9 properties. You know how many people do that? People come to this and they're like, oh, it's so far. Maybe they'll show up for half an hour. No, 5 days in a row. And guess what? He replaced his job. Guess what? Next year, he'll make well north of $250,000. So everybody's going to make their own choice in life. Make your choices. We have got the leads. We have got the systems. We've got 9,000 people today looking at property on Zillow that we do not have an agent following up with. The potential is phenomenal. And we're looking for the champions who want to stand up. We want to empower you. We want to give you the tools. So your book of business is how you manage all of those clients. Team trainings every Wednesday at 9:30. I encourage you at least twice a month to come here. I'm going to come to LA more, Danny. Said I can be with you kids up there in LA. But whenever you can, get down here. If you have to carpool, carpool. But being here, you're going to leave with leads and with appointments. Lead conversion boot camps twice a month, and every Thursday at 2 is digital footprint. Right, let's go to the next page. You're like, Andrew, that's so fast. Right? Go back to your home screen, tap on boot camp. When you tap on boot camp, it's page 3. Y'all got it? This is my wife, Annette. Everybody say hello to this lovely lady. Yeah, she has chronic eyesight problems, and that's how our marriage survives. I'm joking. Thanks, sweetie. Okay. Thank you. These are principal people in our organization. Hi, Raquel. These are principal people in our organization. Again, all the contacts and telephone numbers and so on are there for you. Let me just log out of that for a second. Okay, next page. All right. This is a lot of training links that are super helpful to you. If you look, it says team admin phone numbers. I said to you, you don't have leads, go up to Jenny. You see her up there, Jenny. Go up the top, Kathy. See Kathy? You don't know how to do a contract. You don't know how to do an offer template. Call Kathy. You got stuck on something admin, call Lainey. There's her number right there. Okay? Now, we have a training platform called Odoo. Odoo, if you like, think about it. Those of you who are older, years ago, we used to have something called libraries. And in libraries were things made out of paper, and they were called books. And you would go to a library and you would be able to read books. Well, Odoo is a digital version of a library. All of our training is there. All of our videos are there. Everything you want to know is in Odoo. So you can go to Odoo and you go, how do I log in? It says it right there. And people say to us, what's my login? Immediately somebody tells me asks what's our login, I know they didn't listen to me. All you have to do is take this boot camp, put it in Chrome, share it to your home screen, tap on it, and every number and every link you need is right here. So Odoo has our complete training platform in it. Lofty. Lofty is a phenomenal CRM. If you want to use that Lofty CRM and have your own custom website, that's great. You just let our admin know. It does cost you $25. You let us know. If not, use KV Core. Good luck to you. So onboarding video, Lofty Learning Center, Lofty Live Trainings, they're all right there. Okay? Tap on those links. There's so much you can learn. Now, every one of you needs to store the BAT phone number in your cell phone. If you get a call or a text from that number, that means we've got a lead that we've not been able to assign, and we're looking for somebody. Great way to pick up leads right there. So right now, go to your cell phone, put that telephone number in your cell phone, and say TWT BAT phone and store it. I'm totally serious. If you're here to get leads, and you need to know our number. There it is right there. That's what our ICAs use. When we send something out on ICONNCT, you don't respond. We send it on WhatsApp, you don't respond. We're going to try and text you from the BAT phone. Super important number. Did you all save it? TWT BAT phone. It's right there. I know what's going to happen. You're going to reach the end and go, now, what was that number and what was it? There you go. Go into boot camp, get it on your device, put it in Chrome, share it to your home screen, and now you've got it. And this is the reason why I'm like, I understand we all need to use laptops, but your phone you have with you every second of every day. You need to run your business from your cell phone. Okay. We have training videos on YouTube. Please go to the Warburton Team Agent Training. There's a couple of Warburton Team sites. Warburton Team Agent Training has a ton of stuff. How to convert leads, how to do digital footprint, a ton of stuff. Here's all the links to our training events. We also republish them in Slack all the time. Here's your link to Bob and Reveal. Here's your link to the company website. And here's Zillow trainings. You see it? Links to Zillow training. Zillow looks on the back end to see if you've done any of their training. It is very hard for us to get you a lot of leads if you don't do their training. Each of those videos is 10 minutes. 101, 201, and 301. Do them. You've got Zillow on your phone. You log in. You go to 101, 201, 301, and now they know that you're serious about converting leads with our team. Everybody good? Any questions? Linda, how are we doing so far? I saw your husband in the background. Does he think you're batshit crazy?
Actually, he's not my husband. He is my partner for 19 years.
I love it.
But no, he supports me 100%, no matter what I want to do.
I absolutely love it. And you know what? I just sense grit in you and that you're going to do just great with this.
Oh, thank you. I'm a little slow at learning the technology stuff.
Okay.
I mean, but what I've learned so far, just trying to do the onboarding on my own is I've learned it, and I'm like, oh my God, I learned it. So
That's right. That's right. And you know, we found at the beginning, Linda, that people like, there's so much stuff, right? That
right.
they got lost. And that's why I insist on you putting it on your home screen. Because it just, I hate that when with me, it's like 10 o'clock at night, I can't sleep. And it's like, how was I supposed to do that? And just the fact I can tap on my home screen, everything in my life is on that home screen,
That's awesome.
Can you pull the QR code up again? I had it, but I don't know where it is now on my phone.
For the boot camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did everything. I did copy. It came up, but
So
now I
go
don't know
back,
where to
Lainey,
find
if
it.
you were to page one, love.
There
There
it
it
is.
is.
Okay,
Go
let
to
me-
slideshow.
Hold on one second. I have to do it all over because I don't know where it went.
Just be as quick as you can because it's like 19 people online here. Just go up and take a picture of it, okay?
Yeah.
Did you get the picture?
Yeah, I have it here again, but it's
There you go.
even
So
it's
now you're going to
not-
store that. So let me give you guys another trick. Do you want me to help you with this, guys? Another trick? Anybody up for another trick? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, watch. So I'm going to go back here. And when I'm 67 and doing this, Linda, so I'm not doing too bad for an old guy, right?
You're doing great.
I appreciate you. So watch, here we go. We go to start broadcast. This is kind of a cool thing. You have that QR code. Let's have a look here. So if I go here now, watch this. I go to my Canva icon right there. There it is. I tap on that Canva. There's my boot camp. There's my slideshow. Now watch a little trick here. This is kind of fun.
I can't do it.
Watch this. Watch this. So now I'm going to screenshot that. Okay. So now I've saved that picture, haven't I? Right? So well, I know, Blake, right? So now watch. So now I'm going to go to my photos. And there it is, right there, my slideshow, right? In my photos. Now
Let me do that then.
now watch, this is really kind of cool. By the way, you're going to need to know how to have albums in your photos. You're going to need to organize your photos into albums.
God, this is too much.
And watch, here's something that's really, really good. Watch. So you see at the bottom, it says albums, right? So when you tap on albums, there's your albums. I want you all to do this right now. You ready? Go to the top and press on that plus sign and put new album. And I want you to do this. I want you to say Spearhead 2025.
I blew it again.
And is everybody listening to me, please? Spearhead 2025 and save. Do y'all get it? And now when you go to your albums, you have an album that's all your spearheads. And the reason that's important is because you're going to get so many spearheads from us. You're going to go, where was that? And I've lost it and I can't find it. Now you know it's in your spearhead album. Okay.
One more time to the front page.
So
I'll
I'm going to tell you,
again.
you just
Keep losing it.
Yep. All right. Now listen, the rest of you, I want you to learn this from me. Sometimes you got a QR code saved like this, right? And you need to open the QR code. So if you go to Google Chrome, this is kind of cool, and you open yourself a browser, do you see at the top right-hand corner, there's a little icon that looks like a camera. Do you see that? Do you all see it? Watch. Tap on that camera icon. And down at the bottom left-hand corner, it shows photos right next to the magnifying glass. Tap on photos. And now you go to the slideshow.
But are you on an iPhone?
And there it is. And now you've got yourself your QR code. Watch. You see here where it says copy URL or website? Look, watch. There it is. Hit website. Guess what? I'm just back at boot camp. Do you see how cool that is? So a lot of people are not aware that they have that facility in their Chrome browser, that you can open a new browser. And if you've got QR codes saved, you tap on that camera icon at the top right-hand corner. And when you do at the bottom left-hand corner, you go to your QR codes. When you tap on your QR code, it says website. You tap on website, and it's going to open the website associated with the QR code. All of this I'm teaching you so that, Linda, I don't want you ever, honey, I don't want you to feel frustrated. I want you to know it's right. I'm talking to you like you're my sister, okay? You're a little younger than me. We're about the same age. You just go right on there, kiddo, and it's right there, sitting right in front of you. I mean, my AARP stuff is on there. My bank account stuff is on. My Zillow stuff's on there. My, any exam I take with the board, anything I need, like requalifying for my license, it's all right there. It's all on my home screen. So I never have to worry about anything. Does that make sense to you? It's hugely powerful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Linda, your life insurance policy should be on there. Your trust should be on there. You just have a secure code on it, right? Everything comes from a website. You just secure it with a code. That's all. Okay. So just trying to help out my friends here. So let's go through a few more pages. Lainey, if you go back. Oh, you need me to stop sharing, don't you, hon? You stop sharing. I stop share. Okay. So now you got all of those links, all the phone numbers, everything that you need. Let's go to the next page. Oof. Okay, team communication. The most important thing I can say to you here is at the top, Slack. Slack is our team communication. There's a Slack channel for leads, for spearheads. There's a Slack channel for Facebook leads. There's a Slack channel for all the team members. You can jump on and your team members will jump on and help you. We do something called Scoreboard where we post every offer that you write. Please, when you write an offer, post it in Slack. Hey, Andy, I just wrote an offer. Hey, team, we want to celebrate with you. You're not an island anymore. You're part of our team. Welcome. So use Slack to connect with agents. Keep it professional. Absolutely zero religion or politics, please. And if you look at the bottom, we'll send you out a team newsletter that goes out once a week, once a month. How often, Lainey? Once a week, you get a newsletter. Everything is in there. All of our trainings, our calendar is in there. We will update you regularly. Watch your email. And it's the email that you register with us when you join the team. Let's go to the next page. Okay. When you open an escrow, we have a process. How many of you intend to open an escrow with us, Danny? Yeah. So when you open an escrow, there's a process. Here's our process. Click on it, please. Oh, so escrow process isn't next? All right, sorry, we're going to go to something else. Go to the next page. All right. Let's talk about digital footprint. Actually, aren't I going to do this at 2? I'm going to do this at 2. So make a note, Lainey, bring me back at 2. Let's talk about your Zillow app. Okay. Do you all have your Zillow app on your home screen? Does anybody not have your Zillow app on your home screen? I need you to go into the chat right now and say, I don't, if you don't, so that we can help you. Is there anybody who does not have your Zillow Premier app? You do not. We need to get it on your home screen. Do you know how to log into it? Yes, you do. Super important, brother. We can't send you a lead until it's there because you can't report on it. You've got to be able to update the statuses in your Zillow Premier app. Okay. So I'm going to actually do this again real quick here. Actually, I'll run through the document first, and then I'll play around on the app a little bit. Every one of you absolutely categorically must have your Zillow Premier app on your home screen. And guess what, Linda, Danny? It's on that same page as all the other stuff. You just go there, you tap on your Premier app, because that's where you're going to do your nurture. That's where you're going to see your clients looking at property. That's where you're going to see your clients saving property. So we know if you don't have that on your cell phone, you're not following up on our leads. And it's a huge no-no for us. So we want to make that a huge yes, yes. Have your Zillow app on your phone. And there's a few things you need to know. In your Zillow app, you're going to know your performance stats. Your appointment rate needs to be at 90%, your offer rate at 15%, your conversion rate at 5%. You can see it on your app, in your performance screen. Keep an eye on that because you know whether or not you can get more leads doing that. Now, I want to encourage you here. Don't panic. If you've taken 10 connections from us and you've not put one in escrow, how many do you need to put in escrow to be compliant? Anybody online? If you've taken 10 leads from us and you haven't put one in escrow, how many do you need to put in escrow to be compliant?
3, 2.
One. It's not hard. I have never met 10 buyers in my life and not put one in escrow, ever, in my entire career. Because when I walked up, I was prepared. I had the buyer pack. I had my manila folder. I had 3 properties to show them. I showed confidence. I knew about the market. I used to share a newspaper article with them. Now I share a blog with them. So I was equipped and I was prepared. They're like, wow, this guy knows what he's doing. You turn up and you're like, well, I was trying to, hey, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. And, my phone isn't working right today. And you can't do that stuff. We're in a digital world. So if there's anything digital you don't understand, all you do is go to ChatGPT or YouTube and say, hey, can you please help me? And, for example, how do I save a bookmark on my iPhone? You go into YouTube, there's a training video right there for it. It's nothing that you need to struggle with. Our struggle, guy, by the way, is not with technology. Our struggle is with our own mindset. That's the struggle. It's not the technology. We're fighting, trying to say, I want to ride a horse. Well, in case you haven't noticed, most people ride electric cars now. So as real estate agents, you can't ride a horse. Get in the electric car. So Zillow Premier app, know your performance. Next, know your lead funnel. When you go to your leads page in your app, it shows all the statuses of your clients. Do you see right here? Like spoke with customer, appointment set, and so on and so forth. This is where you nurture. This is part of digital footprint. You look at the clients that are in your funnel. You tap on it. You send them a blog. You send them a news article. You send them a little hello. I'm thinking of you. Christmas is coming up. How's your home search going? Linda, it doesn't have to be rocket science. I'm not asking you to be Einstein. It's just, this is Linda. I met you 6 weeks ago. I haven't talked to you in a while. How's your home search going? And you go, well, Andrew, I did that 3 times and nothing happened. Yeah, I just told you. In your Google Calendar, assign yourself a couple hours a day where you're constantly reaching out to these 50 people we give you, constantly reaching out, touching them, sending them friendly messages, and you will see you'll build a tremendous business. I work with workers. Workers do great with Andrew, right? So make status changes regularly. So for you, Charles, when you get the app downloaded, you have a client, we expect you within 5 minutes of meeting that client that you've changed status. Because when you get it, it's appointment set. 5 minutes after you meet them, it needs to be in met with. And then after met with, it needs to go to showing homes. So appointment set, met with, showing homes. You need to do that both in Zillow Premier app and in iConnect, because iConnect is doing an AI score for you. If you don't ever change the statuses, it's going to show your AI score is 0 and what client's going to use you if you've got a 0 AI score. So it's exactly the same. How many of you in this room, when you go to a restaurant, you'll look at reviews online? Does anybody do that? You do? You don't? Do you? You guys do that? Do you look at reviews? Or if you're going to a church, do you look at reviews? Or if you're going to a doctor, do you look at reviews? You go to a doctor and he got a 3.8 review. Doctor never showed up when I was in pain. Are you going to go see that doctor? People are in pain when they look for a real estate agent. Your review is right based here on what your performance is. So when you show a property, change the status to showing homes, both in iConnect and in your Zillow Premier app. Is everybody with me? We want you to shine. We want all of you to shine. We want to empower you. So when you walk up to a client, you can show them your profile and you're proud of it, right? Hey, Ron. You ever, Ron, Areola, wake up. There he is. There he is. Where are you? Come back to me. Ronnie. Oh my gosh. Ron Areola, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Ron. Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. I don't know where he went. Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds good. All right.
It looks like Ron's on the phone.
All right. So watch. Is that Blake on the phone? Was that Blake?
Yes.
Blake, can you share your screen with us real quick?
Hang on one sec.
I'm going to teach you guys something here. Watch this. What are we talking about? We're talking about changing statuses. When you change status, you get a score with Zillow. You get a score with iConnect, right? Do you show people things you're proud of? Right? When you buy a new dress or you buy a new jacket, do you want people to look at it? Do you go to JCPenney's like we've done for the last 22 years and take pictures of our family? Yeah. Why? Because you're proud of the family. We've got them all over the house, those pictures, right? You need to be proud of what you do in your business. You're like, Andy, I'm not proud of it because I have my license 7 years and I've only sold 1 property a year. Don't you want to sell 10 a year? When you sell 10 a year, you want to show your stats, right? So I'm going to ask Blake to do something. You there, my brother?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right. So yeah, I can. You sharing your screen?
I am.
All right. So I'm going to ask you something. I think you have a fiance, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think she's reasonably good looking, right?
Yeah.
Actually, she's very good looking. I'm teasing you. But you don't have a picture of her, do you?
I sure do. Why?
Share a family picture of her.
Can you still see my screen?
No. I think you had an inbound call. It cuts you off. That's the worst thing with Lofty. Zoom, I mean. Come on back. Because if I just talk this, you won't get it. If you see it, you'll get it. You still there?
Yep.
I know he's not mad at me.
Here, I'll just do it this way. This will be easier. All right. I'm not sharing anymore, am I?
No.
Oh, okay.
He probably had the wrong picture open on his phone. He had to like cut himself offline is what happened.
I did, yes. Here, I'll just
So-
share here.
I said, do you have a fiance? Yes. Boom.
There we go.
Why has he got that picture there? Because he thinks she's ugly? Because he thinks she's beautiful. And actually, he's pretty good looking himself. So he's got that on his phone. Why? Because he's proud of himself. Right.
She's my background as well, but I closed my phone to try to show you that. And then it cuts you off. That's what happened.
So why wouldn't you have your Zillow Premier profile as the background on your screen? It reminds you every day that you're in business. And when you meet clients, you show them, do me a favor, my brother. There we go. See, he's anticipating the question. Go to your Premier profile. Here he is, and here's Blake. And there he is. Go to view your profile. There's his profile, right? There's his reviews. 16 sales in the last 12 months. Wouldn't you love to walk up to somebody and say, hey, here's my profile. Let me share it with you. You with me? He's got his girlfriend on there because he's proud of his girlfriend. The reason we don't have our profiles is we're not proud of our profiles. Even if your profile doesn't have any sales, there's a little trick I'm going to show you here. Blake, would you, my brother? You don't need this because you're so strong, but do you see it says Blake, member of the Warburton team? Listen to me, everybody online. Steve, I don't know how many you did the last year. John, I don't know how many you did the last year. Danny, I don't know how many you did the last year. Now, when you share your profile, tap on member of the Warburton team, Blakeo. Do it. See, it says Blake. There he is. Now he's going to open the Warburton team. You scroll down a little bit, and what does it say? 536 sales in the last 12 months. Now, when you meet a client, you can say, this is the team I'm proud of. This is the team I'm part of. There's 229 of us here to support you. This is what we do. Doesn't that make you look better, Danny? Of course it does. You've got that credibility factor now. Okay? So if you've only done 1 or 2 sales, it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. You just didn't have the leads. But until you can go up there and show 5, 6, 7 sales, you're going to show them the Warburton team. All of that is based on the stats that you do and the statuses that you change. So you want to think out of every 10, you want to write offers for a minimum 2 of them. Out of every 10, you want to have 1 of them put in escrow. And when you do, that's going to make your profile look better and better and better. Go back to Blake's profile. Look at him right here. Do you see this? Now, go back again, Blakeo. Go back and go back to Flex Performance. See it halfway down the screen? Look at this. Predicted conversion. He's 5th out of 153 active agents. He's got an engaged transfer rate of 25%. He's got a capacity of 15 connections a month, plus 200 that he gets from us, right? He's in the top percentile of ranking, not only on our team, but across the country. Absolutely fantastic performance. Look at this. Okay. And probably if his wife wasn't so good looking, he'd be at 15%, but that's another story and we'll leave that alone. All right. Does everybody see what's going on here? Look at the appointments. Why wouldn't you? So very important. When you meet a client, change the status within 5 minutes of meeting that client. Go from appointment set to met with. After met with, go to showing homes. If it's absolutely a disaster, you can put it back in nurture, but it doesn't mean you don't nurture those people. Do me a favor, Blake. I know you didn't sign on for this. Sorry if I'm keeping you for an appointment. Real fast, go back to your contact screen on your app. Now, here's this contact screen. Scroll down if you would, Blake. Go to the bottom. Where's your nurtures, man?
Right here, 19.
So if he taps on his nurtures, here's his 19 leads in nurture. Now, the lead that he set an appointment with this weekend was a spearhead, and it was in a nurture. An agent said they weren't going to buy, but he's got an appointment this weekend. Now, what you do is you go in here and you start to tap on these in nurture and see what they're doing. So have a look. Go down, if you would, mate, for Alyssa Sanchez, for example. So you tap on the client pops up. Scroll to the bottom of the page, and you can see this buyer. Keep going down. This buyer saved 2 homes and viewed 25 homes. And there's the homes that she viewed.
With this one, these clients, just so I can explain myself for this one, these clients, I met them once. They had an agent who was listing their home, and they agreed to work with me as their buyer's agent. We went out just one time, and then after, I think they probably had the conversation with the agent that was listing their house, probably talked them into having them work for their buying side as well. And then they asked to cancel our contract. So I didn't really have much control over that one.
So these things happen. He did nothing wrong, but they're sitting there. Now, I'm very aggressive. So go back if you would. What I would do in this case, I always make sure I've got the right name, by the way. I would go into my CRMLS. I would go to, I just blanked out. Help me, Blake, the tax records.
Yeah.
I'd go into the tax records icon. I'm just curious like this. And I would type in Sanchez Alyssa, and I would see if they bought a home in the last 6 months.
Okay.
And if they hadn't bought a home in the last 6 months,
This is great.
yeah, I would turn around. I'd go, hey, it's Blake. I know you're working with another agent. I was just thinking about you in Christmas spirit. How do you like your new home? You know damn well they haven't bought a home.
Yeah, exactly. This is just a good reminder to go back and check these people who I feel that I just had no chance with, but you know, you never know if you have a chance unless you try.
That's exactly right. And this is a really good agent. This is one of our best agents here. So go back again, if you would, Blake. Let's go down to Mason Musavi. And this, understand, we're not having a right-wrong conversation here. It's how I said to you every day, who can I sell a home to? It's like hunting. You go into this list and you're hunting. You're hunting. 5 minutes on each one, 3 minutes on each one. You're hunting. Look at all these properties they're looking at. So let's go back, Blake, and scroll to the bottom. Just do Musavi again. Thank you. Scroll to the bottom. Now, all the way down. If you look at it, they've looked at 29 homes in the last 7 days, and 5 of them they've saved. That's really interesting. So go back up to the notes. And in the notes, view all notes. And some breakage happened there somewhere. Who knows? Go all the way down, Kenny. Was there anything that indicates at the bottom? Well, Diane was working. It looks like you took this as a spearhead, brother.
Yeah, I did.
So this is a spearhead. So actually, this is a sitting duck for Blake now. So he taps the arrow back at the top. He can see that there's not a great deal of personal contact here. But at the bottom of the screen, they just saved 5 properties. And this is what I call digital footprint. You know, tap on those homes. Okay, so maybe this is it. Nevada, scroll down. Nevada, Studio City.
Oh, and Temecula.
Look at that. What's the saved one, bro?
These are all saved.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got
What's
the last
next
one is
down?
Temecula.
What's the next one down with the trees?
That's the bottom there. It's Temecula.
Temecula. So what I would do here is, in my app, I would screenshot one of those, exactly like he's doing right there. You screenshot it, you text it to the client. Hey, it's Blake. I haven't talked to you in a while. This house that you looked at is right up the street from me. How's your home search going?
The last time I did that was on October 18th.
Look at this.
And I sent him a property. Said, hey, Mason's Blake with Warburton Team at EXP. I'm local to Temecula and saw you've been browsing some homes in the area. How's the search going? Are you available to tour some homes this week? But have not gotten a response, so I'll try again.
So you with me? So this is a clever boy. This is what he's doing. He's building a digital farm, right? Now, can you imagine if he did that with 50 leads a week for the next year? How much business would you have after a year? Off the charts. Is it worth doing 2 hours a day, or you want to get a side hustle at $25 at Costco? This is a way of building this huge digital farm. And I will teach you, and young men like Blake will teach you here how to do this in what, Blake, 60 seconds to find a property, screenshot it, send them a message, 90 seconds maybe?
Yeah.
Everybody with me? Okay. Blake, you're amazing. Everybody give him a round of applause and thank him. He didn't have to do that. Yep. So if you'd unsquare for a second, my
hey, can I
yes.
share one thing before I go?
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to stay on, but before I stop sharing, I just posted this in Slack for anyone who's interested. I'd like to meet at the office once a week with any agents who are available, who have unconverted leads or are looking for some leads to swap. Meet every Wednesday after the meeting, or maybe on Tuesdays. I'll figure out a day that works for everyone. but I want to get into a little round robin session where we all trade leads, call each other's dead, unconverted stuff, and just call and make appointments. So if anyone's interested, just text me. I left my number there.
Post that like 6 or 7 times a week, Blake, okay? Because you know how it gets buried in the feed. I think it's a fabulous idea.
Okay.
You can actually
All right, cool.
stand up at every meeting and announce it, right? Just push yourself
Yeah,
forward
perfect.
because, yeah, you're valuable. Love it.
All right, thanks.
Cheers, man. Okay, Lainey, let's go back to our screen. Am I doing good so far, guys? All right, that's the Zillow Premier app. Let's go to the next screen. All right, here's our showing process. Make that smaller. You bet. You bet. No problem. Okay. So go to the next screen. I just want to see what's coming up next. Next screen. So does that buyer packet have everything in there? Did you change it from last time? Remember how we saw it and there were pieces that were missing in there? Okay. Can you do that while I'm doing something else? Okay, so go back. Go back. Okay. So we're going to do this before we break for lunch. I want to talk about what happens when you get a showing appointment. So you know that the ICAs set the showing appointment. You then have a 4-way text. You're expected in the 4-way text to say, hey, this is Charles. I'm looking forward to meeting you at 1 o'clock. Here's my Zillow profile. And you send the link to your profile in the text. It's very important. That's the start of your digital footprint. So when you get a connection from us, you communicate in the 4-way text that has the ISA on it and you on it, and you show enthusiasm. Can't wait to meet you. I'm Angelica. Love the home we're looking at. By the way, here's my link. And you send them a link to your Zillow webpage. You're now branding yourself. You're identifying yourself. We want you to be prepared when you go on a showing appointment. One part of your preparation, would you mind, brother, grabbing one of those black folders over there for me? Thank you so much. Thank you. So when you go on your appointment, all of you should have some of these black folders in your car. Yep. You should all have one of these black folders. Can you zoom in? You should all have one of these black folders in your car with your buyer presentation inside. They're sitting over here in the office. We got hundreds of them in cupboards. All of you should have half a dozen of these in your car in a nice box so it doesn't look all mangy with your French fries on it when you meet them. So you've got these in your car in a box. You also need manila folders. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So a manila folder for each customer and a buyer pack for each customer. Okay? And we're going to go through the contents of this after lunch. Go back, if you would, to the previous screen, Lainey. Okay. So here's a few checklists for you. Again, you see how much data there is. This is why I said to you, download it onto your cell phone so you can refresh your memory. What we want to know is, did the agent send a text to the client with their Zillow profile? Our ISAs watch that. Some of our agents never send a Zillow profile, and they always go, my clients never show up. Well, of course they didn't show up. They don't know who you are. They want to see who you are. You're friendly, a nice smile. Secondly, did the agent send a seatbelt video? So seatbelt video is a huge part of our conversion. I promise you, if you do not do seatbelt videos, 3 months from now, you will not be on our team. You will disqualify yourself because people won't show up You'll say that we were no good. Actually, it's that you were no good. In digital marketing, you need people to know who you are because there's creepy freaking people out there in this world. How do they know you're not some molester or some weird person showing up? But the minute you send them a Zillow profile, they know the government screened you. They know Zillow screened you. They can see the Warburton team. They can see who you are. Now they've got reassurance. They're much more likely to show up. So you send them that Zillow profile. The second thing you're going to do is a seatbelt video. And I'm going to very carefully explain that to you right now. 1 hour before the appointment, you're going to turn the camera on yourself and go, hey, this is Charles. Can't wait to meet you, John. I'm about an hour away because I drove a long way to meet a client. I'm on my way to you now. And you literally go to your seatbelt and you click on your seatbelt in the video. I'll see you in an hour. I'm here to help you get a home. And you send them that video. Why is that important? Because they know you're on your way. They know that you're showing commitment. You're going to have a 70% higher chance that they're going to show up if you send a seatbelt video. So I need you all to make a note of that. Remember that. Look at this. If I were you, I would have a binder like this. Thrive in 25. And the main things that you need for every appointment, get yourself a binder. I think, are we going to start providing these here, by the way? So I think we should have some of them here. And the main things that are important to you should have in this binder. Some people just like something written down. Do you see here? There's the calendar. Got it? And here's what the calendar means. Here's your agent checklist for converting leads. Here's your objections, right? It's all sitting right here. Basic sales training, right? So what you want, let's go back, Lainey, is the main things, carry them around with you. I like to carry them around on my cell phone. Definitely they need to be there. If they're not on your cell phone, then they need to be, in your binder. Real quick, is anybody setting up the Zillow call for me at 12? Okay. I need to break away to 11 minutes. There is food right here. We're going to have 30 minutes. I'm on a call with Zillow for 30 minutes. I'll come back. Listen to me. Did you send your Zillow profile? Did you send a seatbelt video? Did you bring a buyer packet with you? Did you have 3 MLS printouts when you met the customer? Did you have a manila folder? Did you have your offer template ready to go? Did you bring a pen? And were you professional? Those are the main things you need to know. So when I show up, I go, hey, Angelica, I'm Andy Warburton. Did you get my profile that I sent you? Super cool. Do you see this here? This identifies me through ICONNCT that I'm your agent just for your security. Did you get a copy of this in your text? They all did, by the way. Have them tap on it. They'll see it. Okay, cool. I just wanted you to know that I've come prepared today. And then you start to show them your buyer pack. I'm part of a team and I'll give you all the script later. When you give them this buyer pack, you have them in a folder. You say, what was it that brought you here today? You start writing notes on your folder because it shows that you are involved with the client. You're building relationship with the client. What's the main reason that brought you out today? Why aren't you at home watching football? Why aren't you at the beach? Well, Andrew, we need to do this because of my job. Great. What's your job? You write it down on the folder. That manila folder shows that you're engaged with the client. So in the back of your car, you should have a little box that you get from Office Depot, half a dozen of our Warburton Team folders, 10 or 15 manila folders. Every client you ever get needs to be on a manila folder, as well as in your Zillow Premier app. And what did I say to you at the beginning? Every day you should ask yourself, who can I sell a property today? You just go manila folder to manila folder to manila folder. Like Blake, you go client to client to client until you get what you need, which is a showing appointment. So look, I don't know why, but I think, can you all see still this, or did I lose you? Can everybody still see the screen? Danny, you can still see it? Okay, cool. All right, we've got 8 minutes, so I'm going to do something else here. The way you show up is the way you rise up. If you show up prepared, you rise up to sales. If you show up unprepared, unfortunately, you will fall and you'll find that you're unable to convert the leads. So we do what's called a driveway presentation, and then a kitchen presentation, and then a last home presentation. Your presentation's in 3 sections: the driveway, the kitchen, and the last home. And I'm going to go over this in more detail after lunch. So in the driveway, a nice, kind greeting. Did the agent engage the buyers and ask relevant questions? Did you ask relevant questions? What are the relevant questions? What brought you here today? What kind of home are you looking for? When do you hope to be in the home? All how, what, why, when, where questions. And when they ask those questions, you write it down on your manila folder. Did you share the buyer packet? We do something here called speed coaching. In about 4 or 5 weeks, right before Christmas, you'll all be required to come here for speed coaching. You have to do this presentation to one of our coaches. So you have to learn this, right? And it's good because it will focus you on how the new age works. So when you walk in here, there's usually 50 or 60 people here. You will go back to one of your coaches. You'll walk up. You'll give them a seatbelt video before you interview with the coach. And then you'll walk up to them pretending it's the driveway. Hi, my name's Angelica. How are you today? What brought you here today? Fantastic. I brought this packet with you for you. And you're writing notes on the back of the folder. So how was your greeting? Did you ask relevant questions? Did you share the team information in the buyer pack? Next, did the agent explain the home's toured page? I'll explain it this afternoon. Did the agent show your services? Did the agent get the BRBC signed? And then the coach will make comments. So in the driveway, you've got the greeting, the buyer pack, you're making notes, you're finding out about your client. They sign the BRBC, you go into the house, you let them walk around, you say, hey, I'll be in the kitchen, and while I'm there, I'm going to find other properties for you. Please listen to me. You're going to be tested on this when you do your speed coaching. Please look around the home, let them wander around the home. I will be in the kitchen. There's a couple of properties I thought were good for you. I'm going to bring them up on my laptop. The kitchen presentation is crucial to your success. So your coach will test you. Did the agent have other properties ready to show on their device? How clearly did the agent explain the buying process? How well did the agent handle questions and objections? Did you 3-way transfer to your financial friend? 3-way transfers to Zillow and to JJ Mortgage are also crucial to your success. Not my lender will call you later. That 3-way warm transfer. Did the agent ask for an offer? I'll give you all the wording this afternoon. Did you arrange a BAM-FAM? That's your kitchen presentation. When the clients look around the home and they come down the stairs, you go, hey, Angelica, remember I told you I'd have 3 more properties? Come here. You bring them over to the kitchen. Your laptop is right there, and you want them looking over your shoulder at properties you found. And the minute you have, particularly a woman who leans over your shoulder and swipes on your screen and goes, I like that one, you're going to get your second appointment. So while you're showing, you let them wander a couple of rooms, you go to the kitchen, you're doing your search, and then you draw them to a kitchen conversation. And that's when you're going to ask them, what did you think of this home? Score it out of 10. Anything over 7, you're going to write an offer on in the kitchen. We're going to train you how to do all of this. That's what we call the kitchen presentation. And then finally, in the last home, you can scroll down to that, Lainey, and I need to leave in 2 minutes. Scroll down quickly. All right. We want to be sure that by the time you show the last home that you have booked a meeting from a meeting, and you explain to the client what happens after you get an offer accepted. And then we want to know after that you're following up with the client. That's our showing process. After lunch, I'm going to go through this package in detail with you. Thank you for listening. We're breaking till, say, 12:35. I've got to break out to a management meeting with Zillow now. Okay. Everybody good so far? Yeah, you can stay.
I'm not touching any of that. Is this gonna roll for me or what's gonna happen here? Thank you. It's not my laptop. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. No, I'm not Andrew. He is on a Zoom, which I was on. Extremely interesting, by the way. But so you get me in the afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kathy. I am the sales director in the office. So most everything lands in my lap anyways. So I am going to move to the next section with you. Can I move around or do I? Okay. It's easier if I move around, sorry. This is easier for me to read. Okay, so we are covering, what's the top of this? Okay, opening escrow for buyer's agent. You know, this is extremely important for you guys. So collect the documents immediately when the offer is accepted. That means not the RPA, it means everything. It means the RPA, if you have any counter offers, addendums, whatever you have, make sure that you're collecting all those documents. Make sure that they have all signatures. All documents are required to be uploaded to SkySlope before commissions are paid, but that's not your job. That's our TC department. So any lead that we give you, any client, you need to go through our TC department. If it's a personal deal, those are yours to do with whatever you guys want. So inform the buyer. Buyer's agent, you, informs the buyer that their offer's been accepted and that escrow will be opened. Give the buyer, I just got my offer accepted, what's next? Now that's also in your buyer packet. So you should all have that. So you want to make sure that they know what's coming next. You want them to have that ease with you. You've already established a relationship if they're writing offers. So make sure they know what's going to happen. Opening email. Buyer's agent sends an opening email with within 1 hour of acceptance. Subject line, new escrow at address. Whenever you are sending an email to anybody, once your offer is accepted, always have that address in the subject line. So whoever is, whether it's escrow or the TC or anybody, they need to have that address in that subject line. So make sure that's there. Include property address in all meals for compliance. Describe the main deal points, length of escrow, contingency periods, type of loan, HOA yes or no, solar yes or no. HOA and solar, these things will hold up your transaction. So if you're not letting them know up front, it could hold up your escrow. So you want to definitely make sure you've got those. Obviously sales price, loan type, and lead source. Lead source would be if it were a Zillow, if it were a personal, that would be your lead source. So send to all of the following. Closing manager, that's your TC department. So that's Jessica TC at GoWP Now. Annette and Andrew, not so worried if they get it. Annette, Andrew's not going to see it. Kathy, you definitely want to include me and admin at GoWP Now. Buyer's lender, always have the lender in there. Listing agent and the listing agent's TC if you know it. I was going to say, it needs to move. Okay. Attach all of the sales contract documents, include the RPA, any counters, any addendums, and any other associated documents. If you have a pre-approval letter, include that. Whatever it is you have, it's better to send it all. For me, I also like to make sure throughout the entire process, you include everybody. That way everyone keeps each other accountable. So if you're including the lender, they know when docs are being signed. They know when the deposit's received. So it keeps everybody accountable to each other, and you're going to have a much smoother transaction. Solar assumption, this probably takes the longest. The buyer's agent must follow up with the listing agent to make sure seller and escrow are all in communication with the solar company. That's why you keep them all in the same email thread. It just keeps it easier. To obtain the necessary transfer documentation and get it to the buyer to sign within escrow timelines. Remember, they've got to qualify for this as well. With the lender and with the solar company. So that's why it's important to keep everybody involved. Bless you. Escrow documents transmission. Buyer's agent asks the buyer if they want escrow instructions mailed or emailed to them and informs escrow. Connection with escrow. Buyer's agent calls or emails escrow and the Warburton team closing manager, Jessica, with the following information: buyer's name, email address, phone number, current mailing address, and instructions on how to transmit escrow documents to buyer number 4. I'm not sure who buyer number 4 is. Interesting. Okay, so make sure all these things are included because they are going to have to reach out to your client. Remember, they're going to go ahead. Oh, it's the next number. I guess I shouldn't be just going ahead. Okay, earnest money deposit. Do not take checks or cashier's checks. Never, 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 never. Always make sure that they're going to wire the money. Anytime that they take a check, you wouldn't be able to, because as you're taking checks, they would need to be made out to EXP, and then they've got to be endorsed to go over to escrow. Nobody wants to do that. Plus, you're holding on to a check for thousands of dollars that if it doesn't get accepted, you've got to give it back, but it's also got to go be logged into an escrow account. So you definitely don't want to do something like that. So don't take checks or cashier's checks. Have the buyer call escrow to confirm the wiring instructions for the earnest money deposit, and have the buyer wire earnest money deposit immediately to escrow's secure instructions. And there is a reason that we have that disclosure as part of our purchase documents. If they don't confirm it, people have stolen money. And once a wire's gone out, it's hard to get it back. So make sure that they are following the instructions here, that they are confirming before they send that money. Contact the lender, if applicable, on day 1. Make sure the lender sends loan estimate to escrow and to the buyer and orders appraisal within the first 3 days of escrow. Inform the listing agent that the appraisal has been ordered, as the appraiser will contact the listing agent for access. It's very rare that they contact the buyer's agent, so make sure they have that information. Update the MLS. And I know a lot of people on this call are seasoned agent. Nothing is more frustrating than when you're looking for property for your client and it says active and it's not. So this, please, notify the listing agent to include the following information when entering the property as pending into the MLS. Make sure the listing agent is updated with the following. Plus, this reminds them to do it. Your name is listed as co-buyer's agent. Andrew Warburton is listed as the buyer's agent. Here's his MLS ID. Team Warburton is listed as the buyer's team for both buyer's agent and co-buyer's agent. And this is the team MLS ID number. And the team name on MLS is the Warburton Team. Now, Jessica is very good at making sure this is done, but this is not her job. So this is your job to make sure that you are doing this. Slack post. Post a Slack or a screenshot or photo of the pending listing. Everybody loves to share success. We want to see it. We really appreciate it when everybody is posting all their successes, and it's contagious. So we love it when you guys do that. It's great. We actually had Habiba post. She had one just close, and she had herself in the middle with her two buyers on each end of her, and somebody take a photo of them jumping in the air as she was handing them the keys. And she posted it on Slack, which was super cool. And we used it in our marketing as, you know, just closed escrow. So very cool. So love to see these posts, and you never know when it's going to show up somewhere else. Lofty CRM update. So Lofty, update the pipeline, group, notes, and transactions. You should always be updating with notes and status changes and everything in Lofty all the time. Lead partner app update. Update the lead's profile in the app or partner website, including status, notes, and activities. So, and that's for Zillow, OpCity, Ojo, and HomeLight. And of course, Zillow is our biggest lead source. Oh, and if you didn't hear, ICONNCT as well, that will be added to this. Is this document going to be shared, is what Zach's asking. We will make sure it's in Odoo. We think it is. We've been updating a lot in Odoo, so this is probably in it. If not, I will make sure it is. So yes. Okay, note, if your sale is a Zillow Flex lead, make sure to update that transaction details in the Zillow Premier app immediately after opening escrow. Anything with Zillow, guys, you need to be updating those statuses all the time and putting in notes, because this is going to help you get more leads assigned from them. You're welcome. So it's very important that you're constantly updating those, because every month Zillow sends us an allocation based on your stats with them on how many we should give you per month. So if you're not updating these and there's still an appointment set, it looks like you haven't met with anybody, you haven't written any offers. And so they're telling us, hey, you know, give this person one for the month. And it's like, seriously? So it's up to you to make sure that you're doing these things. If the property has an HOA, homeowners association, reach out to escrow. Oh, reach out to escrow. They're responsible for ordering the HOA docs and delivering them to the buyer. Contract calls for them to be delivered within 7 days of acceptance. It usually takes longer than this period. Do not release the contingency until the buyer has received and had 5 days to review them. Now, the listing agent is supposed to get the money for the HOA docs from the seller within 3 days. So make sure you're reaching out and making sure that these things are done. Again, HOA is something that's going to hold your escrow up because your client needs to be able to review them. We actually had one that it was an escrow. HOA docs didn't come until towards the end of escrow. We received them and HOA said the buyer could only have 2 dogs. Well, they owned 3. Well, you know, not a lot of people are going to give up one of their dogs. So make sure that you're keeping your eye on all of these things. So it's very important. Order a home inspection, coordinate with the buyer and listing agent, offer at least 2 companies to the buyer to choose. Inform the TC and the listing agent of the date, time, and the company conducting the home inspection. A lot of deals fall out because of home inspections, because inexperience from the agent, clients not showing up, all sorts of things. This should be the first thing that you order. As soon as you get something accepted, give your client a couple different options if they don't know of any themselves. Let them choose. When you set that appointment, you really should talk to the inspector. How long is it going to take? I want my clients to be there at the end. The reason for that is you want that inspector to go over that report with your client. Because if it's especially if it's an older house, if you just don't have your clients there at all, they're going to receive a home inspection report that's going to be 50 pages. It's going to cover everything from a chip in the tile on the counter to a crack in the driveway. So, I mean, it's going to be long and your clients are going to freak out. So if your clients are there at the end of that inspection, they can sit down with the inspector and the inspector will go over it with them and they will let them know, you know, this is normal wear and tear for a house this age. These are safety items. These are the things that you really should have looked at again or, you know, take some kind of action. So when you order that home inspection, make sure that you do it when your client is able to be at least at the end of it to go over it with the client. Otherwise, that's where a lot of transactions go south. Okay, handle the appraised value. Once the appraisal inspection is complete, buyer's agent follow up with the lender and make sure the appraisal is at value, first of all, meaning if the sales price was 500, the value is at 500. In as is condition, the alternative is that it will be subject to repairs. And you see these mostly on like FHA or VA, they want everything done. So always make sure that you know if there are or not subject to repairs. Review all inspections and prepare your request for repairs. Okay. Determine whether further investigation of the property is needed, i.e. roof inspection, plumbing inspection, pool inspection, soil inspection. Request for repair is only for material repairs. Do not insult the seller by requesting everything. The more, if you give them a laundry list of stuff like, oh, I want everything fixed. Well, go buy a brand new home. Come on. You are going to insult them. The more you ask for, the less you're going to get if you do that. So make sure you're going over this carefully with your client. And that's why it's important to go through that report with the home inspector. So you run the risk of them refusing to do anything. Read the Warburton Team physical inspection training materials. So, you know, home inspection is, like I said earlier, it could make or break your deal. But if they've sat with the inspector and he said, you know, this is normal wear and tear, you know, these are the things that you really need to consider further evaluation, then your client's not going to be the one that says, I want it all fixed. So education is everything. Present requests for repairs to the listing agent. I do this right away. I have one in escrow now. Contingencies are supposed to be removed actually today, and I had sent the request for repair over 4 days ago. Well, until I get a signature on that, I'm not releasing anything. So do everything right away. I'm not telling you guys to play that game, but when you send a request for repairs, they have 3 days to respond to that. It says it right on the form. So you want to follow up and make sure you get that back. You don't want to be releasing contingencies if you don't know that they're going to fix something that will make or break the deal for your client. So get that home inspection done right away. Have the client go over it with the home inspector. Then you sit down, go over it with your client, what's important to them, what really needs to be fixed that they can't live with, you know, otherwise, and then go ahead and do that request for repairs, get it out right away. They have 3 days to respond, and this way you're still in your contingency periods. So very, very important. Okay, send with copies of, present request for repairs to the listing agent, send with copies of all inspections. When you send that request for repairs, it even asks you, you know, for you to put in who the inspection company was, and you're supposed to attach it. Anytime you have an inspection done, termite, anything, send it over to the other party right away. They have a right to have access to that as well. I always like it to go over right away anyways, so they can look through it before I send my request for repair. So they're prepared. They see what that report says. So they're not as surprised by it. So it's a much easier conversation that way. Once our request for repair is negotiated, release the inspection contingency. Once it's signed, again, do it all in front. Check progress with escrow halfway through. Is it on time? Very important, guys. And again, keep everybody in the loop. Keep your lender on that email to escrow. Keep everybody on it, you know, when you make these. And it's better off not to make a phone call because you don't have anything in writing. So if you're sending an email, including everybody, hey, just checking in, what else needs to be done? Are we missing anything? You know, find out. Has the buyer signed escrow instructions and confirmed vesting? Confirm that the buyer has given escrow the insurance information. This can hold up close if the property is in a fire zone. Well, we all know California, if something's always on fire. So that's been a hot button this year, is the insurance. So that's another thing, get on it right away. Your lender's usually really good about that. So halfway through, make sure to see where you are as far as progress with escrow. Check with the lender once a week. If you keep them in the loop on all of these things, there won't be any issues at all. Always ask the lender if they're on track to close on time. If you're on reveal with me and I see it that you're in escrow, if you show up, which you should be, to reveal, I see something in green and it says you put close of escrow and what the date is. I always ask you, is it on time? You know, if something's being delayed or if you're having issues with something, call me. Let's handle it. Let's take care of it. I've been doing this a long time. So don't be shy. I'm good about answering my phone. If I'm in a Zoom or something, I'm really good about getting back to you. So please, if you are having any issues through an escrow, please let me know. Always ask the lender when they have clear to close and when they will have loan docs. So again, you want to keep this moving right along. Loan docs need to be in escrow at least 3 business days prior to the close date. Close the deal on time. Read this. Send ready to close email 7 business days before the scheduled close of date. Send a polite but firm email to all parties, including lender, escrow, and the other agent. Title, closing on time for property address. Hello all. Thank you for your hard work on the property, whatever the address is. My buyers, whoever they are excited to close. Please reply in this email thread with any and all items you need to close on time. This is a team effort, so please everyone reply. My team will give immediate attention to any matter that may delay closing. Thank you. And this is why I keep everybody involved the whole way through. So when you get to this point, it's not a surprise and everything should be done. So 7 days is perfect. It still gives you time to get any loose ends that need to be done so that you can close on time. Okay, wrap up. Thank you to the listing agent, lender, and escrow. Keys to the buyer. And remember, find out if you don't see a mailbox, which I never see a mailbox in the front yard, where is their mailbox? What number is it? Where's the key to that? So you want to make sure if there are other keys that you have them, you know, front door and back door may be different keys. Who knows? So make sure you're asking for all keys. You also, garage door openers, anything like that. You want to make sure you get everything. Take photo with the buyer and post the sale on social media. You want people to see that you are a busy agent. They want somebody that's working. Obtain buyer testimonial video when the agent meets with keys. Again, this is great for your social media. Testimonials are awesome. Obtain buyer Google testimonial. Agent and admin ask buyers. Obtain Zillow testimonial. After sale gift, deliver mail to buyer, or deliver or mail to the buyer. So you should always, when you hand over the keys, I'm really good about that. You've gotten to know these clients for a month, so you should know a little bit about them. So I always take that in mind. You know, if they have kids, dogs, whatever it is. So I always try to get a gift that really means something to them. So that's just something I do. Set up the buyer seller 10-year Lofty CRM smart plan. This is where most agents blow it. When you close on a client, you should be nurturing them after this. I have sold numerous families 4 or 5 generations, you know, their kids, their aunts, their uncle, because I keep in touch. So this is where a lot of agents are blowing it. This is where you fill up your pipeline. These are your best clients because you've already worked with them. Okay, set up buyer seller monthly Lofty. I always send out things. I know birthdays, I know Christmas cards, I do all of it. Update Lofty CRM, status pipeline, update client status on lead partners, so Zillow, Opcity, whatever that is. And that covers your escrow process. So, oh, it doesn't? Oh. Well, Andrew is here, so I'm going to let him take it back because I do have a Zoom that started 5 minutes ago.
All right, let's say thank you to Kathy for working so hard on that. Thank you very much. I got it. Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Tell me, everybody on here, what do we got? 21 people online, everybody in the room. What have you learned so far that you feel I'm going to make money doing this? Or hopefully there's something. Otherwise, why are you here, right? When you look at it, maybe I'll ask the question differently. What's your primary feeling right now as you listen to this? You know that we're sitting on 800 live buyers a month that come through here. You know that we're sitting on 250 Facebook leads that come through here a month. You know that you're sitting on 2,400 people who are actively looking at property that can be put into your CRM every month. So you know that's the fact. That's why you're here. What do you think when you hear all this?
Convert as many as you can.
What was that?
Convert as many as you can, as fast as you can.
Yeah, I think that's great input. Okay, what else are you coming with? Zach says, seatbelt video is an essential. Brother, you have no idea how big it is, mate. No idea. Very good. What else? I'm very excited the opportunity. Fantastic. That's Jaime. Spreadsheet. Yep, Steve really helps you organize.
Yep, you need to be disciplined and organized.
Yeah, definitely that's true. Charles, you had something, brother. Oh, you need to turn it on. At the bottom of the microphone, there's a little green. There's a button somewhere. Anybody else? Just wait. I want them to hear your question. They can't hear. Anybody else? What are you getting from this? It can be good, bad, or indifferent. Anybody else? What are your takeaways so far? What are your thoughts so far? How many of you are feeling I can do this? Let's see a show of hands on I can do this. Let's see a show of hands out of 21. How many feel I can do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Angelica, what do you think? Intimidating? Yes? Yeah? Actually, so most of you do. That's very, very good. Let me ask you another question. How many of you feel, wow, this is pretty professional. I should probably have been doing this all the time, but nobody told me. Has anybody had that thought? Yeah. So just a couple of you.
I feel like it's a different way of doing the business. Yeah, like you said, we learned something different.
Mm-hmm. Do you see that we're actually teaching you to do a business here? It is a little different.
Yes.
I want to sell a home a month, right? It is completely different when you set this up as a business. That's what we're doing. How do you approach a customer? What's the psychology of approaching a customer? How do you create a digital farm? What are the tools to create that digital farm? How do you create a digital footprint with people? All of these things are business-oriented things that big businesses think of we tend not to think of them as real estate agents. We just think I'll do an open house, I'll get a client. Hopefully I can make 100 grand this year. It's a much more simple way of thinking. I need a website. Occasionally I'm going to put a picture of me closing a deal. It's very, very basic what we do as real estate agents. This is not basic. You're definitely being trained here to build a business. It is tough. And there is a lot to it. There's also a lot of money to be made. I've been a businessman 46 years. I think it's going to become very difficult to survive in the real estate industry unless you run it as a business. I think the day of the occasional real estate agent dropping in and doing 6 to 7 hours a week and making 100 grand a year, I personally think it's completely over. Having said that, I think for agents who really want to build a business, I think there's a bigger opportunity than there's ever been before, as long as you use the technology. So Charles, go ahead and your comment, buddy.
Just very motivated about building the foundation.
Good.
And moving forward.
Good. Good. Very glad. Anybody else? We got lots more to teach you, but I really want to hear from you. I want to hear what you're thinking.
Do you
So,
have a process for this in case we get sellers?
So we don't train a lot on sellers because we know that 85% of the business is buyers. Having said that, this next year, Linda, we're doing a lot of training on building your personal business. And that is going to be wrapped around sellers and buyers. It's going to be wrapped around how to communicate with people regularly, like email campaigns, newsletter campaigns. It's going to be wrapped around ICONNCT, how you brand a community. So you're going to hear a lot more from us on that, Linda. But the boot camp, we know that you've come here to get leads, and the vast majority of the leads are going to be buyers. And when we do get sellers, Linda, typically they're people who go, I trust you, Linda. And by the way, I need to sell my house in Whittier before I buy the house in Paris. Can you sell it for me? And that's not uncommon that happens. So there will be more on sellers. It's just not in this format right here. Any other questions or thoughts?
May I?
Yes.
I'm just very grateful that I bumped into you guys. I've been in the business for almost 16 years, but I was a part-time agent. I've been full-time for about 2 years now, and I love the whole format that you guys have and the opportunity that we have now with you guys.
So I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you very much. It's gratifying for us because we put a lot of work and time and money. You should see our facility here. We would love to see more of you able to come here and really benefit from our support here. And I would encourage you, make those day trips and come down. Let us know when you're coming so that we can support you when you come here. But we're here for you. This is a family for us. It is a business and it's a family. And we want to see you succeed with all earnestness. We want to see you succeed. Couple more comments and I'm going to go back into training mode. Okay.
Andrew, I had one.
Yes. Who's that?
It's Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, so going off that last comment, I'm also just like really grateful because I am a new agent. I've only been doing things for a year so far. And so like the lack of structure that I've experienced in the teams I've been associated with thus far versus the structure that you guys offer and provide is like substantially different. And I noticed that like, because you very much run the business as a business, for me, and being so new to business and business concept, it can be a little and feel a little overwhelming, which I think is how it's supposed to feel at this point.
Exactly.
So, okay. All right, cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess it was more just a comment, but I can follow it with a question of when you were early in your career and you may have felt similar overwhelming feelings once you recognize the business setup of it, not just the, oh, I'm going to sell a few homes per year. Like, were there any like specific steps or mindsets that you took or adapted in order to launch yourself onto a path of success?
So I think that is a really profound question. And I will answer it very directly. I made a delineation in my mind between the things I needed to do now to make money now, the things I needed to learn that would help me make money tomorrow, and the things that I would learn in the future that would help me make money on a permanent basis. So I made 3 delineations in my mind. And I notice a lot of people get overwhelmed with number 3 and number 2, so they never reach number 1, Zach. So there are some basics with number 1, right? You do need to know how we distribute leads. You do need to understand the ICONNCT app. You do need to get trained up in those. You do need to make a commitment to yourself that you want to treat it like a business person. You're going to allocate the appropriate time to learn what's necessary. So those are some personal decisions. We have noticed that the sort of get rich quick type people don't do well with us. They tend to go to the places where everybody looks super swanky and says you're going to make $50,000 selling one home, and they're out of the business in a year. I'm a real pragmatist. So for me, when I was in your position, I had to make money. I was pastoring a church that I took from 0 people to 1,000 people. I was running my own television show, radio show, literally tens of thousands of people listening and watching it. And for a lot of personal reasons, I decided that was not what I was going to go forward with the rest of my life. And I had money for 60 days. And so I had to make very pragmatic decisions, Zach. I know there's a lot to learn. So I would say, Andrew, you have a lot to learn. But Andrew, what do you have to do right now to make money right now? And I identified that. And back then, there wasn't internet, to be candid with you, Zach. So the answer was, I'm going to go out and knock on doors until I meet 10 people a day. And I did it every day of my life for a year, every single day, except Christmas Day. So I knew I could control that. I don't think that's the appropriate way to do it now, because if you knock on people's door, they're probably going to shoot you because you might give them COVID. But that wasn't the case back then. You could still knock on people's doors. That's what I did. Second thing, I knew that I had to do open houses. So I did an open house Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. And I did that because it was within my control. And I knew that if I did that and then kept good records and allocated time to call out to those people, that I would make money. And so I did. And I was able to, get my license. And within 60 days of getting my license, had $40,000. I never looked back. Now, if I'd continued only in that mode, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be able to help you today because I would never have learned to scale. So the second generation is, what can I learn that will help me to scale, that I can maybe bring other people in to help me with? Now, we didn't have VAs back then. VA meant a Veterans Administration loan. VA today means virtual assistant. So we didn't have virtual assistants. You had to hire somebody. You didn't have enough money to hire somebody, right? The idea of paying somebody $5, $6, $7 an hour to do all this work. So your second phase is learning what you can learn so that you can scale. So now you can bring in other people to help you so that you can do more Zillow connections, but also convert those through different technology into personal connections. Now you're building a personal business. So bottom line, I would encourage you, break it down into like 3 phases. What are you going to do right now within the Warburton team that you will make money? Go to that chart that I gave you, follow that chart, get in here as often as you can, get on the phones, discipline yourself, call all these people that are in our pipeline that are looking at properties that nobody's calling, set yourself appointments, go mess up a couple of them. It's okay. Nobody's going to shoot you. Come back, say, hey, this really didn't go well. Talk to Kathy. She'll coach you. And then do it again and do it again. And frankly, unless there's something really wrong, you should have something in escrow somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks from now. That's what you need to do first. You got me, bro?
I gotcha. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you.
Hit it hard, mate, and hit that. You're talking to an old dog salesman, okay? And I love to sell. I actually don't like to do this as much as to sell. But at this point in my life, I realize I may have something to share that a lot of young men like you can achieve what I achieved in America as well. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew.
You're welcome, mate. Okay, so I'm going to now go back. Let's go back to the training. Lainey, and I think, can you bring me back to the boot camp document? Yep. So we did the closing piece. I did the rundown of the buyer presentation. I really want to go into, hopefully you've got it ready for me, the actual buyer pack itself. Now, I recognize, guys, in going through this buyer packet, that it's unlikely that you're going to get it all and do it all perfectly the first time. So at the beginning, what I want you to do is I want you to show up with this buyer packet. I want you to practice this buyer packet. And I want you to use the buyer packet when you go into the leads that we provide you, whether it's the 50 leads, you call them and you reinvigorate them, or whether it's the new leads coming in, that you use this buyer packet. And I'm going to walk you through it. Didn't we do this? Yeah, so we did this already, Lainey. Go to the actual buyer packet. Yeah, I already did that. Okay. So now here's your buyer packet. All right. Let me say this. Every nurture lead that we have that you convert, the 50 lead program, and you set an appointment. Your goal is to set an appointment. When you have an appointment, your goal is to write an offer. Set appointment, write offer. In every single one of those circumstances, make sure that you show up with a buyer pack and make sure that you show up with a manila folder. Every time. Okay. So before you leave today, those of you who are here, grab your buyer packs. Those of you who don't have buyer packs, make sure that you come in here at least by next Wednesday. Come to a training, drive here. Let Kathy and Jenny know in advance what you need. We'll have all the material over here. You can get your own manila folders. We'll have these black folders ready for you to go. Super important. I don't want you to show up half-baked to an appointment and go, Andy, I did 10 appointments and nothing happened. I want you to succeed. I want to say this as well. I want you to build a personal business. Now, if you're willing to do what I did and start now, this weekend, going out and knocking on 50 doors on Saturday, 50 doors on Sunday, holding an open house Saturday morning and an open house Sunday morning. If you're willing to do that, God bless you. There's very few human beings who are willing to do that. If you are, that will work. And I'll teach you how to do it. If you don't want to do that, then you've got another choice, two other choices. One, spend about $10,000 a month generating leads, either with Zillow or Homes.com, Realtor.com, or Ojo. Or use our digital footprint system, and it's going to take you 60 to 90 days to get the response rate. And during those 60 to 90 days, you're taking new leads from us, and you're taking spearheads from us. That, Zach, is your formula. You must learn how to do, you must learn to build your personal business, because we don't know. One day maybe Zillow says, hey, we're going to become like Redfin. We'll pay you all $100 to show a house. We don't know. All I know is that right now, you can get 2,400 active leads a year with us. And if you follow up on those properly, as long as Zillow doesn't change their format in 2 years, you've got 2 years to build a business that I will tell you is almost impossible to do. But you can do that with us. But you will be missing the point, my dear friends, if you work hard on the leads we provide you and you don't take that second portion. And I will say a huge part of that portion is ICONNCT. And now, if I may, I'm going to share this passion with you. We work for these large portals. We have given up our business to these large portals, and it's our fault. We have said to them, you can have access to our leads and you can sell them back to us for 40%. It's our fault. And they said, great, we'll provide a platform, we'll provide follow-up, we'll provide nurture, we'll stay in touch with these people, and when we revive them, we'll sell them back to you for 40%. It's our fault. So we've got a way that we can fight back, and that's part of my vision with ICONNCT. Remember, with ICONNCT, when you have your agent profile, in your agent profile, and if you like, I'll show you this a little bit this afternoon, you have what's called a unique ID. It's like, how many of you have signed up for a holiday or a timeshare, and it says, send this referral code. You put the referral code in, you get some sort of special benefit. So we've built a referral code built into ICONNCT that when you share ICONNCT with a potential seller or with a potential buyer and say, look, I'm an agent on demand. You can reach me by video through this app at any time. You can see me on the map at any time. Let's get you to download this so you don't have to go to Zillow next time. You can come direct to me. The minute they download that app, you appear on their homepage every time they open that app. And your property search website appears instead of Zillow every time they search for property. And at the bottom of the screen, it has your number to call every time they tap on a property they like. You do that consecutively over 6 months, you're going to start having, and I don't want to, this sounds really bad, so don't take this badly, but it's like a cattle rancher. If the cattle rancher just goes, well, I'm going to kind of let the cows roam and so on and so forth, what happens? A cattle rustler comes along and takes all the cattle away and brands them. That's exactly what Zillow did. Zillow rustled our cattle, took them away and branded them, and said it's because we're into the consumer. They're into the fact that they're a $15 billion company. Let's make it absolutely clear. Now, it's our responsibility to go back out to these cattle and say, branding is a really bad term, but you understand what I'm saying. That in my day, it was called a refrigerator magnet. You're putting a refrigerator magnet on these customers, but it's a technological refrigerator magnet. By offering them a viable concept, which is, I'm going to be like an Uber driver. You need an Uber, you call Uber. You need a realtor, you call me. And here's the technology, you'll see my car. Download, great. Okay, use my referral ID. You've now put your refrigerator magnet on the home screen of their cell phone. That's a big deal. So if we learn how to do that as agents across America, whether it's my technology through ICONNCT or somebody else will do this, I promise you, we can start to take those clients back for ourselves. And the irony of it is you've got 2,400 a year, of many of whom used to be Zillow or Facebook customers, that you can now claim for your own. Why would you not do that? Why would you not learn how to get these people to connect with you? And you meet with them and say, I'm here to serve you. Next time you need a ride, I'm your girl. Next time you need a ride, I'm your guy. Next time you need an agent on demand, I'm here. Why would you not do that? That is a way that you can constructively build yourself what we call a digital farm. That's my passion. In the last 10 years of my career, I want agents to take the business back. I want to build a force of agents. My goal is 10,000 of them nationwide. And we have those 10,000 agents who are available. Because what's the point of having your name on the map that when the customer calls, you don't pick up? So if you genuinely want to be an agent on demand, we've got 10,000 of those around the country. I can go to Costco. I can go to Walmart. I can go to all these major stores with salespeople and say, we'll add a member benefit to your card. Can you imagine now if I connect agents for all on Costco member benefit cards? But first, we have to draw in the agents, and we're looking for those agents who want to brand their communities and be that accessible person. So yes, I'm going to show you the buyer pack. The buyer pack is Zach's question. What do I need to do now? You need to learn your buyer pack. What do I need to do now? You need to learn how to set up a property alert. What do I need to do now? You need to set up some time and start making calls and calling people so every day you're chasing down buyers and sellers. That you need to do right now. I'm going to give you the scripts and everything you need today. Everything else you've heard is like all kinds of fluff around the edges to help you. What you need to do now is read and learn the scripts. There's 5 of them. It's not hard. Get your buyer packs. Start picking up spearheads and 50 leads from us and take some live leads. And get your butt into training. That's what you need to do. All the rest of this, I'm going to teach you how to be business people. But right now, Zach, that's what you need to do. You put in, if you're part-time, 20 hours a week. If you're full-time, 40, 50 hours a week. Grind it out for 3 to 6 months. You will not worry about money again. Is that worth it to you? But
Most definitely.
Do you understand? You're going to get up, my dear friends, some days and go, I know Andrew did this, but this is bloody tough. 3 buyers in a row don't show up because you forget to do the seatbelt video. They don't know who you are. And you're all discouraged, or you've got a home to show and they won't let you into it and you forgot what the script was. And right, you're going to have those days. But if you do what I'm sharing with you consistently, 6 months from now, for sure, you will no longer be worrying about money. But you got to put that time in first. That makes sense? Think of a doctor. How many years does a doctor have to do it before he's making 200 grand a year? Do you know it's 10 years? Yeah, you got a 4-year college degree, a 2-year master's. And then you've got your, what's it called when you're residency? That's another 2-3 years, something. Look, it's 7 to 10 years before you're making 200 grand. So you start at, 21, you finish at 31, 32, right? You now got 28 years. You're selling your practice when you're 60. You can do this all through your life. So I hope that little speech helped give you some context of what we're doing here. Now, this buyer pack, what I want you to do when you show up, be friendly, be nice, shake their hand, look them in the eyes. Please find out why they're there. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm Andrew. What brought you out here today? Use what I call declarations. Learn what declaration. I'm here for you. That's a declaration. I'm here to help you get a home, whatever it takes. If you can just learn to say that, if you can just learn to say that, I'm here to help you get a home, whatever it takes. They'll see it in your eyes. You're a very sweet girl. They'll see that and people will trust you because your face just says, I'm a trustworthy person. Learn to say things that are declarations. People don't want to hear, I'm the top agent in the area. They immediately think you're arrogant. I'm here to help get you home. That's my job. I will work hard to do it. I brought material for you today. I've got homes to let you in today. I'm here for you. I'm going to make this happen. Learn how to say that. Do you know how I learned to say that so fluidly? Do you know how? Anybody online know how? Toilets.
Practice in the restroom. In the
Yes.
mirror, in front of the mirror.
To the restroom, I looked in the mirror and I practiced. Who? There you go. I would look in, Linda, you're looking at me and smirking. Toilets is what it's all about. I would walk to this day, Linda, this morning. There was something I was getting ready for this weekend. I was in our restroom, not literally in the toilet, but you get it. I was in our bathroom looking at the mirror and I was practicing what I was going to say. Learn how to do that. Angelica, I want you to go home, sweetheart. I want you to look in the mirror and say, I'm here for you. I love real estate. I'm going to make sure you get a home. And then you ask a question. That's it. It's all you need to say. No, I'm the #1 condo salesperson in the area. There's nobody in this area. Who wants to hear that? I'm here genuinely to help you. That's my job. And I've always done this. Watch this. I want you to take your right hand, lift it up and point out to the right. Hopefully use antiperspirant or else I'm going to see a little patch under your right arm. So point your arm out to your left, right, whatever. Just point out. So you're going to go like this. When you meet your customer, you say, Angelica, I want you to know my job is to get you home. Do you see that sign over there? Where? The one in the front lawn. The Century 21 sign. That person was hired by this seller to get them the highest price possible. That's their job. My job is to get you the best deal possible. I want you to learn how to say these things. Point at the sign. Do you see that sign right there? That sign, that person has a legal contract with the seller. It's called fiduciary capacity. Did you know that? They have a fiduciary obligation to get that seller the highest price possible. My job is to get you the best price possible. My job is to help you find a home. Now, the federal government has decided that you need somebody to represent you the same way as that person's representing the seller. We call it a buyer-broker agreement. Used to be 6% for these things. Now you can see I put 3% in right there. And not only that, we try and get the seller to pay that for you. I've already signed this. I'm going to give you 3 months of my life to help you find this home. Would you please sign right here above my name? You just got your BRBC signed. I want you to practice that in the toilet. You're going to get, are they going to get a recording of this, Lainey? So filter through it and come back and you'll hear me say these scripts. I just want you to be genuine. Do you want to get people homes? Tell them. People aren't mind readers. Tell them. Tell them what you're going to do. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get, tell them. You don't need to tell them in 10 sentences, 1 sentence. And by the way, do you see over there? If that's all you remember from me, get out of the car, smile, shake their hand. I'm here to get you home. By the way, do you see that sign over there? And once you do that, you're gonna start, right? They're for them. I'm for you. What brought you out here today anyway? Well, my kid's being bullied in school. Well, I'm going to make sure that's going to stop. That's my job. Well, yeah, my job is up the street. It was up the street. Now it's moved away, and I need to move closer to work because I'm not seeing my children. I want you to see your children. That's my job. Find out why it is. Is everybody with me? So you're then going to have this buyer packet. And when you have the buyer packet, I want you to let them know right up front and just tell them, look, I'm part of a team. Do you see this in your buyer pack right here? These are all the people behind me today. Do you see how crucial that is? By the way, Inman Magazine is one of the most popular online magazines for real estate. We were featured in Inman. Here's the article right here. Say Inman News. This is our team. This is a portion of our team. There's actually 200 of us. And by the way, we were the number 9 team in the state of California. Do you see how quick that was? Just whoop, 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 right? So right out the gate, you're letting them know that you're part of a team, okay? Remember, you've got your manila folder. You're writing down notes as you talk to them. Now you're going to let them know that we're going to tour several homes. I've got 3 homes set up for you. I want to ask you to do something, please. Would you do this, Christian? When you look at the home with your girl, I'd like you to score the homes out of 10. The market's very competitive. Anything that scores over 7, I politely tell you we should write an offer on it. Because if you don't, somebody else will, and it'll be gone. So I came today ready to write an offer for you, okay? So after each house, I'm going to ask you, how did it score? And I tell you what, I'll tell you what I think the score is. You tell me yours, and you'll see how much I'm listening to you. Now, every home that you show, you ask them for the score. And if it's 7 and over, go, what would you like to offer? Not do you want to offer? What would you like to offer? I'm going to do what you tell me to do. Well, I don't think it's worth $695. I completely understand. What's it worth to you? $675. Great. Let's sit down here at the dining room table. I've got a template ready to go. It's going to take us 10 minutes. We're going to do this now because somebody else is going to offer too, and I want you to be first. I don't want you to be last. Now you're writing up an offer. And it's very simple. You just simply told them anything over 7, we're going to write an offer. So that's your showing homes. By the way, there are many services that I provide for you. This is just 2 pages of the services of what I provide for you. Do you see it right here? And you show them those 2 pages of agent services. Show it to them. They'll be blown away. They have no idea what we do as agents. Okay? I mentioned to you a little bit earlier that the law changed in August this year. And did you know that legally the federal government has said that you need somebody to represent you the same as that seller is represented by that sign? That's our job. And you can see right here, I already prepared our buyer-broker agreement. And in this buyer-broker agreement, it says very clearly, not 6% down here, but 3%. It says, I'm committed to you in this county of Orange County or Los Angeles County. And it says right here that it's my job to get whatever I can from the seller to pay for that so it doesn't come out of your pocket. I'm committing to you for 3 months. I've signed it right here. And if you would please just follow up with your signature there. And by law, I'm now allowed to show you a home. That's your buyer broker presentation. Did you hear that? How many of you can say that? It's not that hard, is it? It's not some big long speech. You're just simply saying, I'm going to search for you in the county here. It used to be 6%. It's 3%. Turnover on the backside. Buyer may choose to negotiate the broker fee is paid in whole or in part by the seller. It says it right there at the top of the page. That's my job to negotiate for you. I've signed right here. If you could sign right there, then according to the federal government, I'm now allowed to show you property. That's it. If they flat refuse to sign it, you can do a single property broker representation agreement. It's in your package, right? Okay. You should read this. Get a cup of tea when you go home and read it. You're now going to walk into the home, kitchen. Remember the kitchen presentation? Guys, walk around. I'll be over there in the kitchen looking for other properties for you. Bring your laptop. You're going to search for other properties. They come down from looking at the family room, master bedroom. The master bedroom's too small. I understand. Look at the properties I have here. A couple of them have large bedrooms. They look at it with you. You now book your next meeting. Right? Look, we've got 2 more properties to look at today, but I want to make you a priority. So as my priority, I've set aside time on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What's the best for you, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Well, Saturday's better. Morning or afternoon? Morning. What time? 9 or 10? Do you notice I never give one option? Never give it. Look, I wasn't very good in dating at school. So the only way to get a date was give a girl no option. What's better for you? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Great. What's better for you? Any morning or any afternoon? Yeah, I'm joking with you. Do you understand my point? So don't ever say, Angelica, would you meet me Saturday morning? No. Where are you going to go from there? Always give multiple choices. Okay. So you do the kitchen presentation, you book that second meeting. Here's a saying I want you to write down. If you control the loan, you sell the home. If you control the loan, you sell the home. You must, I don't like to say must because it sounds dictatorial. You must transfer 25% of your buyers to Zillow Home Loans. Do you guys know yet how to do that? Have you been to a training where you know how to do that yet? No? All right, so Lainey, the Zillow Home Loan with Blake, that piece, could you post that on the screen right now? And can you go into the training for next Wednesday? And I want to do that again. And this is how Zillow does the count, that 20% count. When you're going out to show homes, you've got your Zillow Home Loan advisors, both here on this piece of paper and also in your app. You've got where it says mortgage. There's a whole list of loan officers. Start to call them, start to talk to them, get to be friends with a couple of them. And if I'm going to show Charles, if I'm going to show Charles property, text your loan officers, 2 or 3 or 1, before you go, hey, you're my loan officer. Angelica, I'm going to be showing property to Charles at 11 o'clock today. Please look out for my text or call if I call you. Now that loan officer's ready for you. Do the same to JJ Mortgage. Hey guys, I'm showing somebody at 12. Please be ready for my call. You get into the house. Don't say to them, I need to get you pre-qualified. Say, look, this is a big decision. You need to have multiple people helping you. I have a financial friend who's wonderful. One of them's actually at Zillow. What I'd like to do really quickly is reach out to them because you're a Zillow client and have them tell you what they can do for you. Have you got just a minute? Yes, great. You call the loan officer. You take that phone when they answer and you pass it to the customer. The customer is now talking to the Zillow Home Loan officer. If they run a soft pull, not a hard pull, if they run a soft pull, you now have a Zillow transfer. All that's left is you go into your Zillow app, and in your Zillow app, under mortgage, you assign that name to the loan officer that you chose. Do you want me to go back through that sequence with you? And we're going to train this again on Wednesday. This is really important. What? Okay, here's the video from Blake. It's a little different from what I said, but here's the video from Blake. Let's play it. Yep.
Hey, Warburton Team and referral agents. My name is Blake Kavanaugh. I've been a member of the Warburton Team for about 3 years now, and I just wanted to give you a quick introduction on how to properly do a Zillow transfer. So step 1, whenever I'm going out to meet clients for the first time and I'm planning on doing a Zillow introduction, I text usually 2 of the Zillow Home Loans loan officers ahead of time. Let them know, hey, I'm going to go meet clients around 12 o'clock. Please be available anywhere from 12 to 12:30 for a Zillow introduction and to meet the client. Usually within the first or second house, I'll try to make that introduction to the Zillow Home Loans officer. I typically try to gauge whether the client is in need of financing, and I always ask them if they're planning to pay cash for the home, as this usually tends to kind of flatter the client. When the client does say yes, they need financing, I'm always quick to mention Zillow Home Loans as a great option. Now, Zillow Home Loans can't do every type of loan, but it's always a good base point to get them started. We mentioned the benefits of using ZHL, free appraisals, quick close, kind of no hassle type of stuff. They're very good at what they do. And then I'm always very quick to mention JJ Mortgage as a great second option. So a lot of times clients will actually tell you that they already have a lender. You know, their dad, their cousin referred them to someone that they used in the past, and it's just comfortable for them. But try to always recommend another option for them, with whether it be JJ or ZHL, and just mention to them that no two lenders are the same. You could potentially save them a lot of money if they go with a different type of loan or a different lender, and let them know, hey, I completely understand, but what if we could save you a couple extra $100 on your loan? Would you be open to that? Typically, you know, along the same lines of when they have a lender already and you're trying to convince them to get a second opinion, just let them know that a quick potential 10-minute phone call could maybe save them hundreds of dollars per month on the life of their loan, and, you know, get them a better deal, better interest rates. So it never hurts to just shop around a little bit. So typically at this point, once I've kind of introduced them about Zillow Home Loans and the potential benefits of that, I'll kind of just direct them to continue looking around the house while I go ahead and get in touch with that Zillow Home Loans officer and make sure the very important step is do that Zillow Home Loans transfer in the ZPA app. That'll signal that to the loan officer that you're sending a client their way. And then I will also tell the clients, you know, before they go looking around the house, hey, someone's going to be calling you within the next few minutes. Just please be on the lookout for a number that may be a little unknown or strange to you. That's probably your guy right there. Just do that quick 10-minute call and then land those clients.
Isn't that a great job? So let's just repeat that again really quickly. You're on your way to meet a buyer. You text your Zillow Home Loan officer, you text your JJ, hey, I'm going to meet, you know, Charles. Please be ready for my call. You go to the house, you say, look, we could save you maybe hundreds of dollars a month. Let's get Zillow on the phone and see if we can find you a better rate or the best rate possible. At least it's worth a conversation for a second opinion, okay? All right, so I'm going to reach out to him right now, and you call that loan officer. You pass that loan officer live right there on the spot to your client. They have that conversation. If the loan officer gets their permission to pull a soft pull, you've now done a conversion. You need 20% of your leads per month to have that conversion, or Zillow doesn't give you any more. It's that simple. Right? You do need to go into your Zillow Premier app. There's that app again, Charles. You go into the app, you look for the mortgage section, you choose your loan officer, and you actually assign that customer to the loan officer. When you do that, make sure you've changed the status from appointment set to met with. Zillow does not like it when you transfer them people in appointment set status. It needs to be met with status. Is everybody clear with that? Okay. See, a lot of these, Lainey, we actually need to take some time and break out these segments and just start posting them all the time. What I just explained right there, we need to post them all the time. So if you can make a note where that segment is in the recording, please, that will save time looking for it later. Okay, so that's the loan introduction. There are a couple of other things that we encourage you to talk about with the client. And it may not be all at once. You're not standing there for 45 minutes going through this. You just need to know that it's in your arsenal. So you're showing them through the home, you're in the kitchen, they've looked over your shoulder, you've booked a second appointment, maybe you've done a transfer to the loan officer, you now show the second house. While you're showing them, say, I always used to say things like this. You want to show them one page of the purchase agreement right there. And you say, look, guys, this is a document here that a lot of people have confusion about. If you look on the back, it says, is the home as is, or can you request repairs? And on the front, it actually shows you, listen to how I say this, it actually shows you one page of the purchase contract when you write an offer. And I want you to be comfortable with this. If you have a look in the red box right there, it has my brokerage firm already put in there. And in number A, 3A, it says purchase price. Listen to these words. You are going to tell me what you want me to offer, because I serve you. I'll give you advice, but I'm going to do what you tell me. Create that precedent, because people think that real estate agents are pushy. To tell them, I'm here to serve you. You're going to tell me, and listen to this, when we write an offer, not if we write an offer, when we write an offer, I'll put in there the price that you tell me, when the escrow is going to close, and so on and so forth. And we'll even put in the loan amount right here. And that's why we just spoke to my financial friend to find out what loan amount you're comfortable with. All of this is going to be put on the offer, but please understand, we're going to do an inspection of the property to protect you. And when we do, we're going to find little things that might be wrong with the property. The seller, by law, does not have to make any changes. And I specifically put a red box around this, and I'm going to read it to you. Buyer may, within the time in paragraph 3L, request that the seller make repairs or take any other action regarding the property. Seller has no obligation to agree or to respond to buyer's requests. Now, it's my job to present your request for repair, but listen to my words, I'm not a liar. I'm not going to lie to you and say, I'll get all these repairs done, because by law, we don't have the leverage to do that, nor does the seller have to make them. But I'm a good negotiator. So I'm going to do my very best to get whatever repairs need to be done, but some of them might be on you. You okay with that? Great. So remember, when we write an offer, we're going to have what's called a contingency, and that contingency will give us time, 14 days usually, to do an inspection of the property. Now, why it's so important to share this with people is that when you get in the escrow and they do a request for repair, they do a physical inspection and they find things wrong, they think they need to walk away. They don't understand the next house might be $20,000 more and there's $2,000 worth of repairs. So I call this preempting. You're preempting the objection before it comes up. Okay? By the way, any buyer that you meet, make sure that you explain to them that you have technology like Uber and that they can track exactly where you are. Look at them and say, I want to give you optimal customer service, that you can see my car coming towards you. And that's when you say to them, did you get that text from us showing that I was arriving? Great. Let's go to your app. Let's go to your app store. Let's download that. And from now on, you don't have to worry about salespeople's calls. You can contact me directly. All of this is right here in your buyer pack. One last page that I strongly encourage you. This page right here says the offer making process. And on the back, it says, I just got my offer accepted. What's next? And you're going to say to them, look, when we write an offer, sometimes we send an offer and they get a counter offer and it happens again. And finally, you get an acceptance. This is the process. So please don't expect we write one offer and people accept it. I'm here with you for the long haul. And when you do get the offer accepted, here's what happens. You submit the offer, you open escrow, and you have contingency periods. All of your questions are answered here. And if while we're doing business together, you have a question you don't understand, just reach out to me. I'm here for you. All right, let's go look at the next house. So between houses 1 and 3, you want to go over this material with them. Does everybody understand this? Is this helpful to you? Please show up with your buyer pack. Make sure that warm handshake, you point to the sign, you tell them that you're there to represent them, you have them sign your BRBC, and you show them that you are part of a great team, right? And there's your team. So I'm going to run through it real quick. You ready? You ready for this? Hey, John, great to meet you today. Thanks so much for coming out. I just wanted to be sure you got a copy of the screen that showed that I was coming. Perfect. That's technology that our team has, that from now on, you know exactly where I am, that I am here to serve you. And before we're gone today, this is kind of like our version of the Uber app. I'm going to make sure that you have the customer side of it. It's completely free. Okay. All right, good. I just want you to know that I'm part of a team that's featured in many magazines. We're in a national publication. That's a small portion of our 250-person team. And we're actually number 9 in California. So there's a lot of people behind you today to help you. What's the primary reason that you came out today looking for homes? For schools. Okay. Let me make a couple of notes on my manila folder. Perfect. This I'm going to give to you in just a minute. Okay. All right. Super. When we look at homes today, right, for your family, I'd like you to score each home out of 10, and anything over 7, because the market's competitive, I'm here to write an offer. I'm not going to put you off. I want you to be the first to the table, not the last. And I'm here to support you. So you just let me know every home. Is it a 6? Is it a 5? Is it a -1? Is it a 10? I'm here ready today. You're just going to tell me what you want to offer, and I'm going to put it down on a piece of paper for you. That's one of the many services that I do. You see right here, these are all the services that you should expect from me. By the way, the law's changed recently. The federal government has decided that you deserve somebody to represent you. If you look over there, that sign shows somebody's name. Their job by law is to get the highest price for the seller. That's the law in the state. My job is to get the best deal possible for you and to actually fight for you in the transaction. So the federal government has decided that you need an agreement with me, just like they have an agreement with the seller to get them the best price. That's the new law. So you can see I prepared that paper very quickly here. And it says that over the next 90 days, I'm dedicated to you in the county of Los Angeles. Oops, sorry, the wrong one. Yeah. I'm dedicated to you in the county of Los Angeles over the next 90 days. It used to be 6% for real estate agents. I only have 3% in here. And by the way, it even says right here that my job is to go out and see if I can get the seller to pay that so it doesn't cause you any financial hardship. I've already signed this. I'm ready to go to work for you. And by law, I need this before we start looking at homes. I just need you to endorse it right there and let's get started. Thank you very much. Notice I had it signed beforehand. You don't sign it in front of them. You go into the home. Let's look at the home. Please walk around. I'll be in the kitchen. I'll be looking for other properties that could meet your need. Make sure that when you're done looking around, you meet me in the kitchen. You meet them in the kitchen, and that's where you bam fam. I want you, I noticed there's some new properties that came out. I want you to be the number one person into those homes. So I've set aside time on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What's the best time to show you property again? Friday. After work or before work? After work. 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock? Great. I'll meet you at the first house on Friday at 6 o'clock. And I'll be talking to you a lot between now and then, okay? I've booked you into my schedule. You're my priority. By the way, Zillow's got some amazing loan programs. You might want to pay cash. I don't know. You're going to pay cash? You're going to get a loan. Yeah. So literally some of these lenders, these bigger lenders can save you hundreds of dollars a month, which could amount to $100,000 over 30 years. So I'm going to quickly get somebody from Zillow on the phone. See my head nodding. I'm going to quickly get somebody from Zillow on the phone. We also have a backup lender with 163 banks called JJ Mortgage. And let's reach out to them and at least have a quick introduction. Okay, hold on a second, right? You call the Zillow home loan person, pass the phone to your client. If they now do a soft credit pull, that's part of your 20%. You go into your app really quickly and you transfer them in the app. And make sure that in the app, you've moved it from appointment set to met with, okay? Now you've done your three-way transfer. And if I were you now, I would say, let's go on to the next house. At the next house, you show them the house. You ask them to score 7 out of 10. It's a 5. It's still not good enough. Say, look, by the way, there's some repairs in this house. I just want to let you know what the repair policy is in California. The contract actually says the seller doesn't have to make repairs, but I'm going to try and get repairs paid. We're going to organize an inspection and you have a contingency period. It doesn't mean we should run away from the house if there's minor things to do. It's not a brand new house, but I want you to know I'm not a liar. I can't guarantee that the seller will make repairs, but I'm going to advocate for you and ask the seller to do it. And by the way, when we do write an offer, you're going to tell me what number to write in here on the offer document. Okay. So by the way, I think now's a really good time. You know, I told you at the beginning that you can track me. Well, I want to be sure that you can book appointments direct with me. How did you get to me today? Oh, you had to call Zillow. When you call Zillow, what happened? Oh, a call center. What happened after that? Oh, another call center. And what happened after that? Me, right? Well, now you can go direct to me. And it's called ICONNCT. We built this technology just like Uber so you can be in contact with me day or night. Let's go to your app store and download it. That's when you have them download. Now you've branded that customer. You've hung a refrigerator magnet on that customer. You quickly tell them in the offer process, there's several stages. And after those stages, you're going to open escrow. All the questions are answered here. Let's go on to the third property. So by the time you hit the third property, you've bam-fammed. You've done a three-way transfer. You got them to download the app. You've shown them 3 homes. You booked the next appointment. You've looked at stuff together with them in the kitchen. You've got yourself a client. That's our showing process. Anybody have any questions? Is that helpful? It's professional, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You have to do a single property 3 times. The pain in the butt. The pain in the butt. Bring plenty of copies of the single party. Yeah. And again, please have a box. I learned this early on when I was younger than you, that I just carried around a little, what do they call those little file folder boxes? I carried around the car, and I would have 4 or 5 manila folders with all the forms. You don't want to run out of forms on the road. It's really a pain. Lauren actually keeps them behind her seat. Just make sure you've always got that organized in your car. Look, it's enough pressure as it is, right? Running out of forms you just don't need. Make sense? Any other questions, guys? Ah, that's coming up right now. Would you like me to show you some digital footprint stuff, guys? This is really cool stuff. All right, so let's go.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
So when you write the offer on paper, what do you guys use to send it to the seller's agent?
We actually, the only thing we get done in paper, brother, is the BRBC. Everything else you have in a offer template, and it's already on your laptop or your tablet.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not use paper at all, brother.
Okay. Now it's just because I saw the form and everything, so I'm like, okay, they're doing it on paper, but
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, bro. It's just for
Right.
for demonstration purposes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I misunderstood then.
No, you're totally good. Totally good. Great
Thank
question.
you.
Anybody else with questions? Okay. So now we're going to go into one of Andrew's like favorite subjects, is what I call digital footprint. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry, brother. Go ahead, Christian. Can we get a, is there a microphone? Right here. Is this low battery? Is that why it's bleeping? Okay. Another question in the room, guys.
First house, do you not look at the house with them? You just stay at the kitchen?
This is a very, very interesting question. When I started my career, I went through every room with them, and I found people didn't like it. So then I modified it, and I usually don't go in every room. It's a combination, but I always say, when you're done showing, I'll be in the kitchen with more properties. Because what I want is for them to huddle behind me. I don't want them to run out the door, get in their car, and I never see them again. So go, hey guys, look, I've got something for you here, and I'll show it to them. You understand? Now, in terms of going to rooms, I tend to let them go to a couple of rooms, and then I'll meet them. And I'll go, hey, I'm going to go back to the kitchen. I've got something really good for you, and let them see a couple more rooms. But I do not sit on top of people going around the house. They don't like it.
And the properties you're picking up in the kitchen are for the BAM fam, for the
They're for the BAM
future,
fam.
not the ones you're
You
putting up.
betcha, mate. You got to have that. It's the carrot, isn't it? How's everybody with time right now? You have children? So how is your time? You're okay? You guys, I know you've driven a long way, so okay. All right.
Can I do-
Please go ahead. I'm here listening.
Normally what I do, I like to get there before the appointment, and I like to go through the house myself.
100%.
Because like during the hot summer days, I like to go there and turn the AC on and also turn the lights on. So
Yes.
I do that before the client gets there.
It's always good to be prepared. It really is. And the worst case scenario, you show up and you do that and they don't show up, you're now going to do a virtual tour. If you do a virtual tour, you can change it from appointment set to met with.
Got it.
Me? Yeah. So that's very wise. Any other comments or contributions, anybody?
Yeah, Andrew, one more question about the BAM fam appointment that you're setting from the kitchen. So you're searching for properties that you're going to show them at the next appointment. You're not pulling up the properties, the other 2 properties that you've set for this appointment.
Precisely correct.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And guys, if you really get caught, you know, when you get good with us and you win the trust of the ICAs, you might find that you have an appointment in Norwalk at 11 and you have an appointment in Whittier at 1. When are you going to be able to print out the properties? So if you can do it before, yes. What if you get it while you're out there? And here's what I'm driving at. Normally you'll get it before, have them printed out, have two presentations ready to go. If not, go into the MLS anyway. Take the 3 properties that you're going to show them and save it as a PDF, each property, and text them the 3 properties. It's extremely professional. We really do not want you showing up with 1 house. You got like an 80% chance that they're not going to book a second appointment with you. So show them you've done the work, show that seatbelt video, send them the 3 PDFs, ask them, hey, did you get the 3 properties we're going to look at today? And then the kitchen piece follows on. Does that make sense? Just very, very dangerous showing up for 1 property. You know, good? All right. So how many of you just jumped on for digital footprint? Can I see? Oh, Lainey, we got people coming in. All right. So let me go into the digital footprint section of the training. So the idea of digital footprint, again, is that A, you create a visual image of yourself and how you work with the customer before you meet them. Remember, this is a digital customer. They saw digital pictures online. They spoke to a call center. There's no personal connection with you. When the lead is assigned to you, it gets assigned to you through ICONNCT. You're going to do the 4-way text. You're going to send your Zillow Premier profile. You're going to be all cheerful with them. You're going to say you're looking forward to meeting them. An hour before the meeting, you're going to do your seatbelt video. You're already creating a digital footprint. But digital footprint means more than that. Digital footprint is how you are going to create a dynamic personal business out of the 50 lead a week program that we send to you. That's why I gave you the calendar at the beginning. Program in time that you're going to follow up on those 50 leads. You should be doing general things, which I'll explain in a minute, and very specific things. But let me go over some of the specific things first, and I'm going to go pretty fast here. After this, by the way, what time are we supposed to finish this, Lainey? All right. After this, I'm going to show you the book of business piece because you need to be familiar with that. And I think that's probably enough for one day, right? But let's go over this first. Very good. Okay. So I'm going to go back to share screen here. And this is where my Lofty becomes really, really valuable, and my website. So please make sure, you can all see my screen, right? Make sure that whatever website you're using to share property is saved on your home screen. Look at it right there. Do you see that? There it is. See, there's my bookmark right there. So make sure that you have the website you share property with shared on your home screen. There it is. Look, right there. So now I can go into my screen, tap on my property search. This is so valuable. If you decide you want to stay with Lofty or have Lofty as part of your repertoire, then you'll inform Lainey, we'll onboard you for it, and you get what's called a subdomain. So you see mine is Andrew W at GoW. No, what? So my subdomain is andrewwarburton.gowpnow.com. So it's your first name, last name, .gowpnow.com, right? GoWP is for Go Warburton Properties, okay? So you'll get your subdomain. In that $25 a month, you're able now to have one of the most robust websites that exists in the business. And I want to show you how to use this website to create a digital footprint with the client. So you're going to meet the client, or let's say you've already met the client. How do you show them that you're knowledgeable? So for example, here we are on the home page, and you're going to meet them in Norwalk. So we've broken down the website into searching all listings, just like Zillow, or different categories of listings. They've told you they want a big lot. They want a pool home. They want ocean view homes. They want new homes. They want 55 plus homes, apartments, duplexes, single story homes. What about reduced prices? What about distressed properties? So what we want you to do is to share valuable information with the client. You can do it while you're showing. You can do it between houses. You can do it after you've shown them. So let's give an example. You've shown them 3 homes. You bam fams, they took off. You know they're looking for they're looking for a large lot home. So let's do that. You're going to go right now to Big Lot Homes. Tap on Big Lot Homes. And here's all the large lot homes in Southern California, 35,540 of them. Do you see that right there on the screen? Maybe you want to filter that. So you tap on filter and you're actually showing homes just in Norwalk. Norwalk, California. Oops. Sorry, excuse me for 1 second. Oops. Norwalk, California, done. So let me go back. Sorry, I messed that up. Explore Big Lot Homes. There we go. And you want them to be in Norwalk. Okay, Norwalk, California. Now you've got all the Big Lot homes in Norwalk, California. All you do is you take this page and you're going to share it with them, right? You can share it right here. Tap on this, the top, copy it, turn around, text it to them, right? Let's say my client is Andrew. Drop that in there, send it. Now, when they receive it, there's large lot homes in Southern California. You just send a simple text and say, hey, I'm really looking forward to meeting you. Or, hey, I just met you. Just wanted you to know I was thinking about you. Here's all the large lot homes in Southern California. And I even broke down the ones that are in Norwalk. Looking forward to seeing you on Friday. And it's Saturday. Tuesday, you want to touch them again. So Tuesday, you decide, I think I'm going to do something else. So on Tuesday, you go back to your website here. And you decide you want to set, you know, they're worried because it's the first time they're buying a home. So now you're going to send them more information. So you're going to go down to the bottom here, look, all the way down. And there's a whole bunch of blogs. Should I buy a home for the holidays? They just told you that maybe they're going to wait till January. Tap on that blog. There it is. Answers all the questions. Should I or shouldn't I? Go to the top. Copy it. Go back to your customer. Tap on it. Paste it. Send it to them. Hey, Charles, I know you're worried about buying a home over the holidays. Here's some of the advantages of buying a home over the holidays. You do that on Tuesday. Do you think they're more likely to show up on Friday if you keep doing that? Of course they are. Now you know that they're looking in Norwalk. So you're going to go back again. Let's say you're going to show them property. You've done the seatbelt video. You get there a few minutes early. How about this? They're looking in Norwalk. So you're going to go back to the website. And when you go back here, you're going to look for homes in Norwalk. Scroll down. Here's the different types of homes. And here's the different community of homes. You go to Los Angeles County, explore neighborhoods. And guess what? Here's Norwalk. Tap on Norwalk. You tap on Norwalk, it tells you, first of all, where it is, what the average sales price is, what the median sales price is, how many listings there are, and all the listings in the town. Beyond that, you can go down even further. Tells you what the market trends are. Tells you how many of them are owner occupied, how many of them are tenant occupied, right? Shows you the schools nearby. Gives you the commuter score, the population, the age of people, the income, the employment. That's pretty powerful information, isn't it? So you're just going to take this, copy it, turn around to your client, tap on Andrew again. Hey, here's some info on Norwalk. See you in 30. Tap on it, paste, send it. Now the client is going, should we go, honey? Should we not go? Suddenly they get all the details on housing in Norwalk. You're creating a digital footprint. So when you get the 50 leads a week, you want to, and I do specific trainings on how to do this. When you do your 50 leads a week, you can just pick one blog and go through the 50 people one by one, tap on it, send them a blog. Hey, Betty, thought you'd be interested in buying homes in the holidays. Copy that text, go to George. Hey, and you just change it, paste it. Hey, George, go to the next one. Hey, Tina. Hey, Bob. Hey, Sally. You can do 50 of them in about 36 minutes. You go, oh, Andrew, it's so overwhelming. 36 minutes is overwhelming. It takes a surgeon 10 years before he can bring out his first knife. It's 30 minutes. So what you're doing here is now you're educating your 50 leads a week, 200 leads a month by tapping on and sending people ultimately to your website. Why do you want that? You want that because as they get valuable information from you, they will search homes on your site. So whether it's KV Core or whether it's Lofty or whether you send them the Zillow account, if it's an account attached to your CRM, when they search for property, you're going to get an alert on your cell phone. And I want you to be in a position 2 years from now where you, every day of your life, get 5 or 6 alerts that people are looking at property. How would you feel if every day you woke up and you knew that that day 5, 6, 10 people were going to look for property and save properties that were attached to you? How would you feel? And how would you feel if you'd actually gotten them to download ICONNCT and all you had to do was tap on ICONNCT and do a video call and be in direct communication with them? That's what you're investing in. You're investing in taking this market back from Zillow and Realtor.com. That's my mission. You with me? So you go, well, Andrew, you can't do that. There's 3 people here and 30 people online. Yeah, but there are thousands of teams ready to do this around the country. We're just going to get the word out. We're mailing about 1 million people, by the way, in the next 2 months. So yeah, hold on tight. So what you're doing is you're creating a digital footprint. One of the most important aspects of your digital footprint is a property alert. Would you like me to show you how to do a property alert? Yes? Okay. So if you have KV Core, you can do it in KV Core. I'm going to demonstrate it in Lofty. So I'm going to go right back here to my Lofty app. And here's my Lofty app. Right there. You see it? So you tap on your Lofty app. And here's all my customers in the Lofty app. Okay. So you're going to end up with lots of people like this in your Lofty app because we're going to give you 50 leads a week. So you get into your Lofty app and you can see all these people who have opened email or not or whatever. And you're going to go into people. You're going to see all these people coming up in your Lofty. Let's take one. Let's take Juliana Lopez. Juliana Lopez, here she is. She came in looking for $350,000 homes in Santa Ana. You see her right here, 350 in Santa Ana. You look at the notes. Ah, that's good. There's an appointment set with her, 11/16 at 2 p.m. So let's take Juliana. Watch. Every client you get from us, you want to set up a property alert. So we've booked the appointment. You go into your Lofty, you find the customer. You scroll across the top to engagement. Do you see that? And under engagement, she has a property alert smart plan, search criteria smart plan, and a foreclosure smart plan. Nothing is being opened right here yet. But you know that she's looking for property in Santa Ana. So we're now going to set up a property alert. Watch this. So go to property alerts at the top. Let's say based on search criteria. Let's take this one right here and let's delete it. This is what you're going to do with your 50 list. You're now going to add a property alert. Her name was Juliana, wasn't it? Yes? All right. What location is she interested in? Santa Ana. There you go. Santa Ana, California. Right there. Done. And she was looking around 250. So let's make it 350. Always make it higher than what they're looking so they have choices. 350,000 property type. So we'll say single family, but there aren't any. She needs condo or townhome. Got it? Done. See, it was right there where it says property type. Listing status, you want active. And you also want coming soon. Done. Let's scroll down. Make sure the purchase type is set up as for sale, not for rent. Okay. You're done. Homes up to 350 in Santa Ana. How many are there at the top of the screen? Can anybody see? Right there. 8 of them. Go to the next. Give the alert a name. Tap on alert name. Juliana. Santa Ana. Under 350 condos. Done. Make sure that you send a copy to yourself. Make sure that you send an alert immediately. Okay. Use listings in the market as a supplement. That's important. It means if there's no match, it sends her something. You're going to send it to Juliana Lopez, and now the subject that she will see. All right. So you tap on subject. And you're going to say, best Santa Ana condo deals for, was it J? Yes. Y for Juliana. Okay. Watch. That's what she's going to see in her email. Best Santa Ana condo deals for Juliana. When do you want to send it? Frequency? Daily, because there aren't that many. Got it? And what's the schedule? Then it sends what the schedule is. You've now set up a property search. Save it. Now, when you go back to Juliana in her profile, you see it says Juliana Santa Ana under 350 condos. You've now set her up on a property alert. Every time she looks at property on that property alert, if you've got Lofty, you're going to get a push notification on your cell phone. Similarly, you're going to see the team, Zillow's asking the team to move to Follow Up Boss, but Follow Up Boss doesn't have property websites. So we're going to tie in this property website to your Follow Up Boss. And so through Follow Up Boss, you'll get the notifications. It's the notifications you want. Trust me. You set up, it's work, but you set up that to me, what, 3 minutes? So if you take on 50 people, it's 150 minutes. Is it worth 3 hours a week for the next year to have 10 people a day looking at property on your website? Absolutely it is. It's just that discipline to do this. It's a little tedious. I personally think it's fun. On that property alert, it will notify you when the alert goes out. And I'll teach you through Digital Footprint what to do. But what you're doing is you're taking every customer, setting every customer up on a property alert. Now, when we do spearheads, we go into Zillow app and we look at clients that are looking at property where agents haven't done anything. The first thing we check is, did you do a property alert? So if you have a client in your database in Zillow and they're looking at property and you don't have an appointment and there's no property alert, we're going to move that out of your name and pass it on to somebody else. We want to know that you did the basic work, which is making sure they get this property information. You with me? So that's a property alert done. Would you like me to do one more? See if you're comfortable? Yes? Online, would you guys like me to see me do one more? Or are you good with that? Y'all good? Okay. So John says yes. Linda says no. What do you guys want? You want me to do one more or move on to something else? Danny wants one more. Anybody else want one more, or can I move on?
Yes, one more, please.
All right. So Linda, I'm going to overrule you, sweetheart. We're just going to do one more. Okay. So let me scroll down. I'm going to show you some more people here, and let's go to Rafael Vega. So Rafael Vega. Oh, she's got him pre-approved. You see that? She got him pre-approved through Zillow. You see that? So I'm not going to touch that. She's on top of it. Let's go to Jason with Cameron Kemp. So we tap on Jason. Let's go to the notes. So do you see it says there on November the 14th, Jenny added a note with content SHJSS. That means it was spearheaded. That means nobody was doing anything with this client. So now let's go back. Who was that? Jason, right? Let's go back to Jason. Let's look at engagement. And he's got one property alert and he never opened it. And one market report for Buena Park, hasn't opened it yet. And his name is Jason. So let's go back real quick. He's looking at homes for 900 grand in Santa Ana. You see this? 900,000 Santa Ana. 3 and 2, 2 and 1. You got it? That's what he's looking for. So let's go back again to Jason. We now know he's looking for $900,000 properties in Santa Ana. So we're now going to go to engagement, tap on engagement. We're going to set up a property alert. So let's take this one that he's got right here, and let's delete it. And let's add a property alert. Tap. All right. Where's he looking? Santa Ana. $900,000 buyer. Okay. Done. There it is, Santa Ana at the top. Do you see? 272 homes for sale in Santa Ana. But he's going to max out at $1 million. Let's go to the $1,050,000. All right. Minimum bedrooms, I noticed he wants at least 2 bedrooms. Property type, he wants a single family home. He wants all active and coming soon properties. And he wants purchase type for sale. Next, there's 47 properties. Okay. What's the alert name? What was his name? Jason, right? Jason, Santa Ana, 2, 1M, SFR. But now you're going to say, send a copy to myself, send the alert immediately, use listings on the market as a supplement, don't include open house info. Here's Jason's address. Watch. Very important you send a copy to yourself. Subject. Hey, Jason. Here's some great Santa Ana properties for sale. It's personable. It's got his name in it. You see it right there? Here we go. Hold on. There it is. Hey, Jason, here's some great Santa Ana. I need a space right there. Whoops. Right there. Okay. How often do you want to send it? Daily. So it's daily. Here is. So I goofed up here. Sorry, guys. I was a little clumsy here. Let me take this out right here. Sale. Hey, Jason. Here's some cool Santa Ana properties for sale. Done. Save. He now has a search all saved right here. You just set up a property alert. Now, the end game, I'll take your question just a minute. The end game, Christian, is this. When you go into your Lofty account, I want you to watch this. This is mind-blowing. When you go into your contacts, you see at the bottom here, there's all these different connections. Go to contacts at the bottom, and you go to the 3 dots at the bottom of the screen. You tap on those 3 dots, and at those 3 dots, it says activity. You see it? And watch this, activity. Tap on activity. This shows you in real time anybody who's opening an email, of course, anybody who unsubscribes, anybody who saves a property, anybody who favorites a property. Look at all these people who opened emails from us. It's 2/29. This is since 2/14. Look at this. Look at all these people who are interacting with us. None of these people existed 3 years ago, brother. We've built all of this in 3 years. And now you find somebody at 2:02 was looking at 7931 Silverado Place in Riverside. This is what I want you to have 2 years from now, a year from now, 6 months from now, that every day you open up, and because you set people up on property alerts, there they are. The reason she looked at that property is because she was on a property alert, and that matched her property alert. So you would then go in and look at Ernesto Villasenor. You tap on this property, and you see he's looking at this property, a 3 and 2 for 1120 square feet. You go back again. Sorry. You go back again. Here he is. Let's look at him. He's actually Lourdes's client. He's got a mortgage lender. He's looking at property. But if he were yours, you would just simply turn around, tap on that property, because there's a property alert for it. Let me just go back. Look, tap on the property. Watch this. You're going to take this, and you're going to share this by tapping on the top. Oops. Actually, I tell you what, let's do even better. You're going to screenshot it. I don't have Ernesto's number here, but you just go to messages. Hey, Ernesto. I was picking up my kids. Something personal. Do you understand? Digital footprint. And noticed this lovely home. What do you think? Now you send it. Now Ernesto is going to get that text from you right here, and he's going to see from his real estate agent that you're looking at property. How hard was that to do? So what I'm suggesting to you is you set up all your property alerts based on the 50 clients a day we have for you. You set up all your property alerts, and every day you simply go into your Lofty. You tap on, oops. You tap on clients, and you scroll through your clients, and you tap on the 3 dots to activity channel, and you scroll through, and you will see all of these people every day looking at property. By the way, I could go on all day long. Do you see right here at the bottom, you've got artificial intelligence? Look at it right here. I can draft. What can I do? Can I help you with this email? You get all sorts of prompts from AI at the bottom, right? That will tell you exactly what to do next. We'll even write the emails for you. Now, I don't want to get too complicated, but for now, what I want you to understand is every client, make sure, and I'm going to go back for you, make sure with every client you create a digital footprint. You're going to create that digital footprint by sending them items of value from your website. That may be other listings that are similar. It may just be to excite them, $1 million homes. It could be reduced prices. It could be distressed homes. It could be by city or by county. It could be a blog, but you're constantly sending information that is valuable to your client. And as you do, you will create a digital footprint. Now, yes, Christian had a question. And you can put a minimum, it's up to you. I like to keep it fairly broad. Look, it's what you don't want to do is send people 100 properties a day. You also don't want to send them one property a day. So just tweak it where you're getting, 4 or 5 a day that are going to go out, and that keeps people's interest. It's a very intelligent question. I do it immediately. Well, you don't say, hey, I noticed you were looking, I'm stalking you. And that's why I said stuff like, hey, I was just picking up my kids from school and I noticed this. It's very personal. If you listen to me carefully, there's like lots of little nuances to what I do. That's why I was really good at sales, right? Hey, I'm just taking my wife out to dinner. I'm waiting at the restaurant. I noticed a property popped up. Looks really good. What do you think? Now, if I sent that to you, what would you think? Then I'm in tune with you, right? Hey, just got out of church. First thing I notice is this property. Would you like to see it this weekend? You do that 6 or 7 times. If that person's looking at property, eventually they're going to come back and respond, because the agent that they say is their real estate agent never does that stuff. So some people say do it immediately. Other people say do it in 2 hours. And what's right or wrong? I don't know. So mix it up. But what's important is you don't ignore them. So the idea of the digital footprint is you're building a digital farm where people recognize you on that digital farm. And out of that digital farm, you're going to generate business. Does that make sense? And we're going to give you 50 people a week that you can do this with. Now I'm going to ask Lainey to do something. Lainey, are you ready to show that email sequence? All right. So watch what Lainey's going to show you right here. Yep. Linda, you've not seen this with me before, so you're going to like this. Let's do it. Look how dedicated Linda is. She's just there all day long, sitting in the kitchen, watching, learning. Love that. Look at Danny up there. Lolita. She's been with us for a while, working away. Okay. So now what this is about, Danny, watch this. Ron, you need to watch this closely. We put 50 a week into your account. And some of you sometimes say, Andrew, it's overwhelming. Don't get overwhelmed. Just learn what to do with it. Your end goal is that you have enough people in your pipe that every day you go into your activity channel, you'll see people looking at property. So part of that is going to be email. And Lainey's going to show you how. You can do this in KV Core as well. But Lainey's going to show you how to send email to all these customers that we send you in Lofty. So go ahead, Lainey. Yes, I do.
Okay. So the first step when you are in your Lofty, you log in and you're going to tap people at the top left. And that's what this will pull up. It looks just like this. When you tap people, you will tap the square at the top to select all people on your current page. If you happen to not want to select everyone, you can choose these buttons right here to select the people that you do want to send it to.
Let Anna in, sweetheart. She's going to want to see this. Yep.
Then once you tap all those people, you can see everyone is highlighted here with their little blue check. You will click this button that says mass email. It will pull up a window that looks just like this. It's a pop-up. These are some AI prompts. I'm sure Andrew could have a lot more for you. These were just some that I just created quickly for myself. You'll want to take one of those prompts, put them into ChatGPT, and have it create an email for you. Once it creates this email for you, you can change it up if it doesn't sound like you. You can then message ChatGPT and say, make it sound more professional, make it sound more like a surfer, you know, you can have it say whatever you want it to say. Andrew, do you want to smoosh your computer a little bit so they can see it in here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a little.
You're doing a great job. Isn't Lainey doing a great job, everybody?
So once you've copied that, you want to paste it into paste the result into the subject line right here, and then the body here. You can format it as needed. I don't like the way ChatGPT smushes everything together, so I add some spaces in there. And you can see that here, it's selected everybody it's entered everybody that you selected right here. Oh, so this part is how you're going to find copy the URL you want to share. So my email was about oceanfront homes. So this is how I, on my subdomain, laineyallison.gowpnow.com, would find that link to share based on my choices that I made.
Yeah, Tyrese, I agree with you. Raquel, Christian, yeah.
I clicked Ocean View Homes. And so it brings up Ocean View Homes. If I wanted to head off one question, yes, this says Lancaster. Lancaster is not an Ocean View home. That means that the listing agent put Ocean View home.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing we can do about that. So you'll come up here and you'll copy the URL. And then you're going to insert and resize the image that you want to use for the link. So you can choose any image you want from stock photos or whichever ones you want, and you'll click this little button right here that has a little picture.
They can take an image off the website if they want to, can't they, Lainey?
Yeah, you're not supposed to use pictures from the MLS.
That's true.
But, you know, who's going to do something about it?
Yeah.
So you click this little picture button, choose the picture, and it inserts it into your email. Then you'll click the link button right next to the image button. There's a link button. And you will paste that link that you just copied from your website and click insert. It now has turned this image into a
dynamic link.
Yeah, dynamic link. So when you click on this image, it will bring up the link that you sent. And you just click the send button and it's done. It just went to however many people you chose. You can do up to 200 at a time.
Scroll this up, love, and let's see the text above.
I can go back.
So you see how the email is above it. You see? So that's above, and then below is the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And why this is so wonderful, it's called dynamic email. So first of all, it says a hi #lead _ blah, blah, blah. This is just script.
And you can change that here at variable.
There you go.
Your name, their name. This button right here is what you'll choose to add those.
So the system will pull the name of the client from your list, from your 50 leads list, and now you're sending out a personal email. Now, what's really beautiful about this, go forward a couple, is that if you do what Lainey showed and you put that picture in, when they hover the mouse over that picture, it's what's called a dynamic link. So it's we call it HTML5. It's an HTML5 email that is way better than putting a link underneath, because people don't trust links. And that's why she embedded the link.
And it says, click the image below to view the full list, because people won't know to click that unless you tell them to.
This is what's so important about the 50 leads. And this is I'm going to ask you to run through it again in a minute, Lainey, and then we're going to do Bob, and then I'm done for today. What is so powerful about this is that we can give you these 50 leads, 50 leads, 50 leads, and you can do 200 of these a month, 400 of these. How long did that take? Right? And once a week, because GoWP now has so much stuff in there, you could put in a blog, you could put in Ocean View homes, newly reduced homes, whatever. There are so many things off the site that you can use that you're now building your own business, piggybacking off our business. This is what I'm trying to show you. And then your next step is you want to put that refrigerator magnet on anybody who responds. Hey, by the way, anytime that you reach me, you can reach me through ICONNCT. I don't want you to be called by a ton of salespeople. You send them a link to App Store. They go to App Store. You give them your referral ID. They put in your referral ID. You've now branded that client to you. Unless they full on delete the app and sign up for a new app with a different email address, you're attached to them for the life of the app. Do you understand the power of that? We used to walk around the neighborhood and drop off flyers. You're putting an embedded link on somebody's iPhone. It's a little bit better than dropping off a flyer. So would you like to see this again? Was that too quick? Would you like to see one more time how we did this?
I have
Anybody
a
on?
question.
Yes, hit me.
It's me, Ron.
Ronnie.
So how do you mass mail to only buyers, and how do you mass mail to segment different segments?
So I would encourage you, Ron,
Yeah.
you can segment your database by adding hashtags. Or you
Okay.
can create different segments one by one for each of the customers. So you're going to end up doing that, Ronnie, for the people that really work hard with you, right? You're going to end up segmenting them. I would encourage you not to get that fastidious at the beginning. What you need to do is you need to take 50 a week. And after 3 months, that's 600 people. And you've got 600 people that you're emailing once a week. You're going to start to see response in your activity channel. And after 3 months, brother, start to segment. And in fact, let's put down under Wednesday training, let's do a training on segmenting and hashtagging in Lofty to respect Ron's question. But for right now, Ron, I want you to set up volume, brother.
All right.
You got it?
Because I work with Facebook leads that are coming up.
Good.
I work, so I segment them as internet leads, and then instead of buyer, tag them as Facebook leads. So I keep those separate so I can send stuff to them on a separate basis because they're Facebook leads that you
100%.
generate.
So, and it's very intelligent. So in that situation, Lainey, is it possible when you run through this again, you could show where they would choose a segment?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so before you were to choose any contacts here with the squares, I can't click on it right here because it's a screenshot, but you would go to filters, and then you can filter by lots of different things there. You can filter by your hashtags, you can filter by who the lender is, you can filter by a lot of different things with this filter button right here. And then so you would pick that hashtag or segment, which would pop up only those people, and you could use this button again to select all.
You got that, Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Also, I can't click it, but this little question mark right here at the top right,
It's fabulous.
there's a part of it that I really like that says show me how to, and it will actually run you through doing some different things in Lofty, how to send emails, how to send texts, and it will tell you click here, click here, click here. So that's super helpful.
Thank you, Lainey.
You're welcome.
And Ronnie, I know we're going to go to Follow Up Boss, but this next year I'm kind of on a mission to not only build Zillow, but also to build the other levels of our business. And I'm not sure that I want them owning everything that we have. So I know for all of I've worked really hard to get the 60,000 people that I have. I'm going to keep them in Lofty personally.
Yeah, I'd like to stay with Lofty myself.
So you understand my point, right? For 25 bucks.
Yes, sir. No, not a problem.
Your new ones that come in through FOB, Ronnie, through FOB, they're going to be in FOB. They originated them. It's okay. If they take them, they take them. But these are ours. Actually, I think it's 83,000 of them we have now. Yeah, look over at the top, left-hand side, all leads, 72,702. I'm not sure I want to give all of those to Zillow.
Right. Well, I like Lofty because I've downloaded or uploaded all of my contacts from my other CRM, which is Lion Desk, which is junk.
Yeah, I know. I know we had Lion Desk for a while, even they're advanced, and this is very, very, very sophisticated.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So you know what, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I have quite a lot more to do today. We'll do it again Wednesday. I'm getting a little tired. I'm going to go in and just do a piece on Bob and reveal so you see it and understand it. Is that okay with you? And then we wrap it up. Do I have everybody's agreement? Are you okay with me if we do that, please?
Yeah,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem.
Yes. Thank you so much. So let's go to that, Lainey. Oh, I need to stop screen sharing, I think. Okay, cool. So while she's doing that, I'm going to turn on the coffee because I'm starting to fade fast here. Tell me when you're ready to go, Lainey. Quickly get myself a shot of caffeine here. Christian, you learning stuff today, buddy? You feel good? It's helping you. Was it worth the drive? I hope so. Charles?
Wednesdays out of the month.
I think I'm telling my brother, the people who do it just do better. I know it's a drive. Where are you again? Yeah. It's hour and 45, hour and 40 minutes. Thank you for that. You know the deal. Actually, it's not too bad if you come, like if you leave early from Culver City, most of the traffic's coming the other way. It's just going back. Well, going back now, you're counter traffic, aren't you? So it won't be a breeze, but it won't be absolutely horrible. Good. Very good. Okay. Yeah. All I want to do is go to the Bob screen. Yeah. Okay. So let's make that a little smaller. Can you all see it? That's great. All right. So let me explain to you the format of the book of business. So most of you in the room, you've got pads of paper, right? And I ran my business, I told you, with the 23 lines, and I had all my buyers and sellers on it. So I want you to become aware every day, who can I sell to? And that's been the frustration in your career. You just didn't have enough people. So you're going to create those people through our 50 lead system, through our spearhead system, and through our live leads. And what your objective to do is to fill up your book of business with these people. And I'm going to explain to you how to do it. So if Lainey Wood, you see in the left-hand column is the name of the agent, right? Here's our code. Blue is pre-approved, yellow is submitting offers, green is in escrow. This aqua color is listings. Make it a little smaller, Lainey. All right. So this is 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. So for you to do 20 deals a year, you want 6 clients in your 30-day column, 6 in your 60-day column, and 6 in your 90-day column at all times. That's your objective. It's going to take you about 2 months to get there if you work hard. You want 6 in each column. Hey, Lola, lovely to see you, darling. Take care. So you want 6 people in each column. That's your objective. You notice the nomenclature, the source of the lead, in this case, Zillow Flex. Here it's a personal lead, Zillow Flex, Zillow Home Loans, Zillow Flex. This is Lauren's business right here, right? And each of these customers that you put in here, you're going to color code them. Purple means you're showing them property. Blue means they're pre-approved. Yellow means they're writing offer. So if it's 30 days to escrow, what are the majority of the colors going to be? Yellow and green. Because you're either going to be putting them in escrow or you're going to be writing offers. So a healthy book of business has all yellow and green in the 30-day column. In the 60-day column, you got a bunch of pre-approved, right? So you're going to have a bunch of blue in this column right here. And usually in this column here, 90 days, they're going to be white because you haven't met them yet, or they're brand new, or they're going to be pre-qualifying, which is brown, or some of them also you might be showing property to. And here's the understanding behind this. I want you to imagine right here that this stand, if you like, is a water main. And right down here are the sprinkler valves. And under the sprinkler valves is those pipes. We've all seen it done, right? And the pipes run underground, don't they? This is all caked soil. They run underground, and right here there's an up pipe, and there's a sprinkler head. So you know that if you plant a tree right there, and you turn on the water right here, it's going to run underground, and it's going to force its way through the pipe, and force its way through the pipe, and force its way through the pipe, and then it's going to pop up, and you're going to have a result. So this business system is something I've operated for over 45 years, and it's called a horizontal business rather than a vertical business. Most people go, oh my gosh, I've only just sold enough properties. I need to sell another property. I need to make a house payment. I need to pay for my kids. I need to do something. What I'm going to do, let me do an open house. I'm going to do an open house. I got to get something in escrow. You put it in escrow. Then you're all stressed because it's in escrow. It's going to fall out. You're not doing any more open houses. You're all stressed. And all you're interested in is that 30-day vertical. What we teach you is it's not so much about what's happening today. It's what you're doing today that will make something happen tomorrow. You want to constantly fill this pipe with horizontal motion so that because of that pressure, this is 90 days. In 90 days, the water's filling up. You're getting them pre-approved. You're getting them pre-qualified. 60 days, you're showing them home. 45 days, you're showing them home. You're at 30 days, you're writing offer. The water's rising up through the ground. Most agents just stand right here. I got to get me another client. I got to get me another client. No. It's not about what you do that's going to get you an immediate result. That's why this digital footprint is so important. You're just simply turning on the faucet and you're driving a digital farm. At the same time, you're taking in new leads. At the same time, you're doing spearheads. Do you see? You're putting water in the pipe and water in the pipe. So each client you have, and again, it's very important to save this onto your cell phone. So you've got the links from Bob, and the link to Bob is in your boot camp training. Take that link and save it on your home screen and manage your business from your home screen. Whenever you have a new client, you're going to go in here and you're going to put that new client's name in here. And I want you to become so familiar with this that you have right here, you've got yellows and greens. Right here, you've got purples and blues. Right here, you've got whites and browns. Pre-approving, pre-qualified, showing, offers, escrows. Each week, when you jump on to Reveal, Kathy will say, hey, Angelica, how's things going? Great. She's going to ask you a couple of questions. What are you rock solid for this month? We want to know. We have to predict to Zillow how many we're going to put in escrow. What are you rock solid for? And you say, well, Andrew, I've got, and I don't know where she's put it here because it should be top 5. Where is that, Lainey? The top 5 picks. Do you see? She doesn't have it here. Yeah. You see, there it is. Yep. Okay. So, and Blake doesn't. Do you see this? All right. So you want 6, 6, and 6. Do you see this gentleman? He's a good agent. He doesn't have enough here in these columns. Go across. He's got a couple here. Look, there's a couple here. There's a couple here. There's a couple here. He's not going to sell 20 homes. It's not possible. You got to have 6, 6, and 6 in your 30, 60, 90-day column. What they're going to ask you is, okay, Angelica, what are you solid for? And you've got to have 5 in your top 5 and 5 in your backups. Now, Kathy actually needs to tighten this up right here because she doesn't have it done according to my system. She's very good, but she's not quite right. So you should have 5 backups and 5 top picks at all times. Where do they come from? Well, they come from here. A backup might be somebody who's pre-approved, but you haven't sold them a property yet, right? And you see on Doug's column, because he's thin right here, he doesn't have enough people here that are yellow and green. That's a flaw in his system. And he's a great agent, but he needs yellow and green right here. So you're going to look at all the people you're working with and decide which are your top 5. And then she's going to say, what are you rock solid for November? Now he says rock solid for 2 based on Diane Nazar, Patty Ferroni. Do you see? So you're rock solid based on how many are in your top 5 based on who's in your 30, 60, 90 platform. That's the whole system. So as you bring in clients, you're going to drop those clients into your 30, 60, 90 cadence right here. Move it across, would you? You're going to move them into your 30, 60, 90 system, and you're going to designate them. You have to make a decision. Are they pre-approved? Are they pre-qualified? And then when you manage your business, you look in here and you go, look, I've got somebody here that needs to be a pre-approved or pre-qualified. So you call them, you find out, let's make another appointment. You send them a digital footprint. You have a conversation with them and you get them on that three-way transfer with one of my financial buddies and you get it going. Now you change them to brown. Now you change them to blue, you're moving them across. If you just stick names here, it's like putting an avocado in the refrigerator. It doesn't matter how much you wrap it up, it's going to go brown. You have to throw it out. What you don't want to do is have names sitting in your book of business that just sit there. It's a book of business. You want to manage it. So you're constantly trying to change the colors of these leads so that they become part of your top 5. When they're part of your top 5, you can make a legitimate prediction to your coach every week how many you're going to put in escrow that month. Don't stress the first month, but after 1 month, we're going to ask you to make a commitment for that next month. You're going to put 1 in escrow. You're going to put 2 in escrow. How many are you going to put in escrow? And that's the book of business. So every Tuesday, every Thursday is reveal. Make sure you're on it. Unfortunately, if you miss reveal, you're not able to receive connections for that next week. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Was this helpful? Give me an outstanding, raucous round of applause. Thank you all very much for being here. Appreciate you. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
You're very welcome. Hope you guys enjoyed, okay? Hey, Garland, what's up, mate? Thanks, everybody, so much. Yep, I'll be back in LA soon, guys. Anna Flores, great to see you on here. Let's go, girl. This is your year, young lady. Emmanuel, great to see you. John, thanks for hanging in there, mate. Danny.
Thank you.
Good to see
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. Diana, Raquel, you're a champ. Thanks, everybody. Bye now.